So you mentioned comics. You mentioned short films and web things. This is a two-part question. First of all, do you have original scripts that you have written or storyboards that you are looking to create as a webisode, as a short film, or as a comic?
I just have like concepts.
Maybe
with some ideas, but not an actual
nothing fleshed
script,
out. Okay.
Yeah. But
what about you guys? Somebody over there has something. I can tell.
Well, like I don't like to talk too much about it, but
You
yeah,
don't have to tell what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we're working on a short film, but on and off, it's like we might work on it just for a few weeks out of the year, kind of thing.
Sure.
We have to pay our bills, and when we're in between studio jobs, we need to we're doing commissions and other stuff. So we do work on and off on like a short film we started in college.
Okay, so you
like
have a
preschool.
script, you've written something, and you're slowly working on something.
Yeah, it's like probably 3/4 the way done.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't have time to, we need to pay the bills.
Did you find a script, or did you guys write it?
Oh, we wrote it in college. We came up with the idea during the summer. And then one of the classes at Columbia College was when you're just producing your own shorts, or you just work. You didn't have to finish the whole thing. It was just about the process of like creating, like going through the steps to make a short.
Yeah.
So the two of us teamed up and we just started one. It was cute, and people keep asking us about it, and it's adorable. But
I've asked
you
them.
asked them. I know she's the
I've
one
seen
asking.
it, but I'm like, I have to.
But our skill level has changed through the course of
that, and that's why
Sure.
it's sitting
And then you end up going back, and it becomes episode 4,
and it's just like
retouched.
I think we only have 1 minute of animation
We have-
left in it, and just some background art, and then it's pretty much done. It's just a matter of we need to save up enough money so where we have time to not take on other jobs and commissions and just focus on our own stuff for maybe
to be able to finish that one off.
It's extremely hard to find the time.
Is the intention with it to do short like film festivals or release on the web,
Just like
or
creating it. I think.
or do you not know?
I think film festivals is nice, but you need to submit.
There's a lot of work that goes into it. Also.
You have to pay to submit into festivals.
And
I don't.
We would rather wait and do a new film festival.
Oh, you don't. Oh, yeah. Well, so I mean, with that's like that's an old piece. I don't know if we'd submit it to film festivals, but it would be probably released like online where more people could watch it. And it's more for that one specifically is intended for little kids. It's a cute little.
Sure.
I don't know, preschool. Like it's a young, cute thing. It's just.
So it's not Fritz the cat.
Cute.
You're not redoing that or anything.
It's just a cute little thing. So if it was in film festivals, I don't know as many kids would see it.
Right.
The Chicago Kids Film Festival.
Yeah, there's a Chicago
I
Kids
know,
Film Festival. Isn't it Facets that does that, or Fawcett's? However you say it. They have a kids film festival that's really good. Yes, kids fringe festivals. Yeah, so there are ways that your work could be seen. Yeah. Anything that we're involved in.
Yeah.
Because we'll take it. All right, so audience, you said you had a question. All right, let's hear it. Do you make your own jewelry? Is
I
the
feel
question.
bad. I have like 3 necklaces that they've made. I just didn't even think about wearing them, but yeah.
So I have a TARDIS necklace right here, and I actually bought these earrings from another artist at a convention. So I haven't done earrings, but I've made the pendant necklaces. Yeah, we do.
Their Etsy shop.
Yes.
They have an Etsy shop. Yes, plug it.
We're on Etsy. It's a what's their name? Saturn Twins. No. What's the name of the
Saturn Twins
website?
shop,
You look
yeah.
up Saturn
Just
Twins
look up
on
Saturn
Etsy.
Twins. Yeah.
I think it's run together. I think it's Saturn Twins, all one word,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, I actually
Look it up
found it.
on
I was
Etsy.
looking at the Etsy shop, and I think
Yeah.
it's the Saturn
I think it's the
Twins
Saturn Twins. Yeah.
under Etsy. But if
Yes.
you type in Google Saturn Twins,
Oh, we come
Exactly.
but if you
up.
type in Saturn Sisters, it doesn't come up.
Yeah,
No.
Etsy Saturn Twins, and also our
Saturn Twins.
website is Sketchy Duo.
Oh.
That's fine. That's a good
Yeah. I mean, they are
Well, they
sisters,
are.
but the Etsy shop, it says twins.
And
Yeah.
you can also find it from our website, Sketchy Duo at
Sketchy Duo.
Yeah.
sketchyduo.com.
Excellent. Good question. What'd you have there?
Did you discuss the project you've been working on? Are you allowed to, you've shown little clips of that project that you did all leading up to summer?
Oh.
Do you mean they've got a project that they're
Oh, that was like our commercial work. Though. That was
the
work-
commercial they're
Yeah,
working
so-
on? Okay.
Talk about that?
Well, okay, let's see. Over.
Once it airs, then yes, we're allowed to talk about it.
Okay, we're not yet.
Well, I mean, I can say what it was. Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
don't know which project we were doing 2 things, but no, but
When you showed it on Facebook, and you're like, this is a little bit of what we've been.
If you showed it on Facebook, you can probably mention it.
Yeah.
It was, I think it was a kids thing.
Well, there was we didn't post anything on Facebook
That
about
might have
the
been a
other stuff.
commission
The
thing.
only thing I think we posted on Facebook animation wise was a concert, the Selkie concert. Is that what you're talking
Ah,
about?
that's what she's probably talking about.
Linda Marie Smith. She did a concert, and it was all about the Celtic tale of the Selkie. And we
Oh
did-
yeah, that I saw
that's the
that.
one you're
That-
talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, 'cause, we didn't post other stuff. Oh yeah.
They
Oh,
they
yeah,
should
no.
share because they put in like what over a year.
I
worth
don't know.
of
By
work.
the time we met
Yeah.
her to getting
Yeah.
it done, it was a while.
It was on and off work with that,
Yeah.
but that was it was a nice artsy project to do. So it was just like moving illustrations. So I mean, yeah, it depends if you want to call it animation, So it was like low budget animation, but like pretty moving imagery.
Yeah.
Is for
Under the
a
water.
concert. So we were doing with the musicians when her CD released, she wanted to travel around and do her concerts, and they wanted some imagery behind them.
Sure.
So we were connected through mutual friends, and just totally we all got along really well. So she was fantastic to work with, and we
I
were on
find
the
that
same
hard to believe.
wavelength.
You guys are so tough to talk to.
Yeah, but
It was all we just did all the imagery that was behind them through an hour-length concert, and we did all this illustrations, and then we just kind of moved it around and made it kind of this nice, slow, graceful feeling to match the music.
Cool.
yeah, so that's her website. I think it's just lindamariesmith.com.
LindaMarieSmith.com. Okay.
Very beautiful.
Audience, other questions? Anybody? Anything? It's okay. We've sat here and not had any questions during the Comic-Con, and then afterwards you get mobbed in the hallway. Uh-oh.
Because Jim is a writer.
Oh.
And I said, if you want to write him, write a short.
Oh yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Produced by Southgate Media Group, and we have musicians we could add to that. We have a whole production company. Blue Sky 2 right now is opening up with the Saturn triplets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And other.
Yeah.
Is that what you should put that on your stuff?
There's one
We did
convention we
plus
went to
one.
where it was set
Plus
plus
one.
one. Yeah.
I like that.
We had a name for our whole table,
Yeah.
and we are like, it would be too long to just write all
Yeah.
the names out.
Did you guys, you mentioned Columbia. Did all three of you go to Columbia?
Columbia College downtown.
We missed each other by maybe a semester.
Oh.
I was there from 1999 and I graduated 2002. And then
And I saw we were there for your APS screening. I saw the Ant film that you guys worked
Yes.
on. So we
Interesting.
just missed each
Yeah.
other, so we didn't meet each other until we
It was
were
not
working at the same
held
studio
back,
on a
yeah.
project together.
So this is a little different question, but as three that went through the Columbia program, for aspiring artists, animators, is that a program that is a good program, or would you go, you know what, the Dave School is the way to go? Or
We all wanted to go.
I mean, I don't need you to bash it or anything, but
no,
do
I
you
positive
think
things.
that is a good way to go?
It's good to work for college. It's good to work where you want to, go to school where you want to work. Like I actually, at first, we always wanted to go to Cal Arts because it's like the
Cal Arts,
that's
yeah,
the
of course.
place to
that's
go
where
to.
Disney gets
There's
all their
no
animators
way
from.
Yeah.
we could afford to go there.
Sure.
So and at that point we
So
we just know we
Columbia
were ready
was.
to travel, just go move to California, So
Put a
we-
rocking chair on top of the car, move to Beverly. Yeah, I know
Oh
how
my
that
gosh,
story
no.
goes.
So that's why we went to Columbia College, which is perfect because we want to stay in Chicago. I said, we all really love Chicago so much. We want to stay with our families here, and it's a fantastic city. So so it's good to go to a school that's you get all the connections. But Columbia College and DePaul now they're getting a really good
Yes.
animation program.
Oh, really?
And-
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So I don't know.
But also for if someone's, budget conscious, because we all know how much college costs. I actually switched from biology to animation, so my college.
There's a
was no
direct line
longer-
between the two. I see
Yes,
that.
yeah. But there's now great online programs that actually are helpful. One of our friends who
Wait, for
was-
art?
for animation,
For
yeah.
animation.
Really?
Yes.
Which it came out right after we graduated.
Yes,
We're like,
of course.
oh.
Good timing.
Yeah.
Exactly. But animationmentor.com.
Yes, I was
It's
going to mention that.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Animationmentor.com. Now, is that a free on? Do they offer
No,
free
no.
online?
Expensive.
Well, because there are
Yeah.
things that
Yeah.
offer some free classes that are actually exceptional. You're not getting a degree. It's not getting you a job.
Yeah.
But if you're somebody who's exploring, I wondered if,
You know,
if you've
you
run
should
into
do
any of those.
Yes, I think Animation Mentor's a really good one. A friend of mine who he went to Columbia, they know him as well. He graduated traditional animation, and then he went, instead of just going back to college, he went through animationmentor.com, and there was in the industry, people from the industry teaching classes,
Yeah,
advising
yeah.
him.
And it-
So
good
he's been
connections that
he's been
way.
Very
working for
good,
Blue
yeah.
Sky
Yeah.
Studios for quite a while now.
Wow.
Yeah,
So that was an entree to
Yeah, it's
Blue
really
Sky.
good.
Oh
Well,
boy.
He
Yeah.
worked through several other studios.
Yeah, he worked
to
for other
get there.
studios, but
Yeah.
I mean, he worked on other feature films to get to that studio. so-
Sure.
But I mean, going to an actual school like Columbia College, that teaches you teamwork.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
when you do those online classes, animation is such a team effort.
Yeah.
If you're sitting at home working on your own stuff, like you're not prepared to go into the job
Work with
field
other people.
when you're working in the studio system, the pipeline system, and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas Columbia College and other colleges as well, they make you work in teams on films, and you have
Which
to
for
do
animation
teamwork.
is
You need
super
to-
important.
Is
Yeah.
extremely important.
That
So
was,
you
like,
could
the
be an
best.
extremely talented artist, but you have to be able to follow directions, get along with others, communicate well. There's a lot of skills that
Take
you pick
feedback.
up when you go to school, and especially in the town that you want to stay in, and
Sure.
you form lifelong friendships with people and everything. So I think that's pretty important.
I would assume that you would develop, especially in art, you develop your own language with each other, so that you can communicate, which is why it's so important to go to a school like that and know what like the Chicago lingo kind of is.
Yeah.
I'm sure that it's similar everywhere, but there's certain ways that you communicate with each other that are going to be different. And I know that from business. I know that from what we do.
Yeah.
Even talking to other podcasters, it's like sometimes I feel like we're talking a different language because our backgrounds are so different in how we view it. So I totally get that.
Yeah.
Okay. I got 2 more questions. First of all, I know what I want to do first. You mentioned the comic book. Do you guys want to do comic books?
Like little short.
little short
Like
ones.
short-
kind of getting
mini
into
ones.
it,
Like
seeing
zines,
how-
sort of?
just kind of
Ooh, like zines, Martha. They want to do like Martha and I come from zines. Last week we had like David Gruba. Do you guys know him? Okay, David
Yeah.
was here and we talked all about zines. He and Renee came from zines and all that. We're big fans of that. So after this, maybe we need to talk a little bit. So that kind of a thing, like short. I get that. That's cool. That kind of thing can lead to other things.
Right,
A friend of mine that I went to high school with does King Cat Comics. I don't know if you ever heard of this.
No, I don't.
But they were zines and super, easy drawing, like really cool, but really good.
Mhm.
And we were in Quimby's, and they have a collected hardcover of his works. They were the
wow.
things that we were printing at Kinko's at 2 a.m. And, I'm like, whoa. And that kind of thing can lead
Mhm.
to other things. So I get that. And it's a lot easier to produce a zine than it is to produce an entire animated short, whether it's 5 minutes or an hour.
Yeah. Well,
Ooh, an
we
hour.
have time restraints. That's
Yes,
right.
time
Yeah.
and money restraints too.
Well,
It gets
yeah,
very
yeah,
expensive.
yeah.
Whereas producing a zine, it's more the time restraint than anything. So I get that. That's cool. Okay, we're going to talk about more of that later off mic. Real quick, if we're talking animators, let's talk 2 things. Spit them out.
Okay.
Who you think are the best animators working today? And you can either say studio or person individually. Like if you said, oh yeah, it's, I love Carl Biggins on this. Okay, you guys know who that is. Or if you said, you know what, I like what Blue Sky is doing, or I like what so-and-so's doing. What's the best animation going on right now? And conversely with artists. Who are the artists that inspire you?
I know, well, Glenn Keane. I know. I really like his duet because it was still hand drawn, and I think it's available on iTunes. No, it's for the iPhones. I have a Samsung, so I don't. Yeah, it's on iPhone. Like I guess it was meant to be viewed on like the new iPhones, where it's like if you're viewing it, like you can really see the depth of the.
Oh, really?
animation.
And it's
Yeah.
called Duet?
It's called Duet by
Look it
Glenn
up.
Keane. Yes.
Glenn Keane. Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful.
That's one.
So she
Now,
is-
that is the artist that inspires you, or the studio artist?
That is the artist.
That
and
is the
then
artist.
He worked for Disney, worked in a lot of films. He's a big name in
Right.
animation, especially Disney. And then he went off on his own. Well, I think Google had him just to do that. They said, here you go, create something. We're done.
Nope, don't worry about it.
She pretty much just answers for
Yeah,
all of us.
exactly.
I mean,
Really?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
that's
one, huh?
the
Top
that's
guy.
the-
Did you guys hear that? So Glenn Keane is the one. We all need to see
Yeah.
Duet on our iPhones, and if you don't have one, go out and buy one.
I think
In
it's
terms
on
of the highest
YouTube
artist
still
rate,
right
just
now.
amazing.
I think it is on
Really?
YouTube,
Yes.
Yeah. You can see it, but it was created
When
for
you
like
see it, you'll know.
there's like there's another podcast I listened to his interview, the Bancroft brothers, where he was explaining in
Are there
detail
3 of
about it.
those guys too? Is
Two.
that yeah?
There's two.
Okay.
They are
Selena's
twins,
gonna
so-
find her way into that one too. When they're going, you're not one of the brothers. You're like,
Yeah.
you know what? It's plus
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I'm their adopted sister. But they have their podcast. They interviewed him, and he explained like how he created it. He had left Disney because he wanted to work on his own stuff. I believe it was Google. I might be mistaken about that, but I'm pretty sure it was Google who said,
Okay.
"Here, create whatever you want, and we're going to put it on." It's going to be meant for like it's a free thing for the iPhone.
Yeah.
And then.
All right.
it's
Ooh, that's a
beautiful.
good recommendation. As an animation guy, I'm freaking out. I want to see this because
Yeah.
I don't know this one.
It's beautiful.
Oh.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
Just Google Glen Keane.
Yes.
Yeah, Glen Keane.
Yeah,
That's
just-
And this
enough.
stuff will just come
Look
up.
at
Yeah.
everything. You're gonna just everything.
Type in,
he's
go
ever-
into YouTube, type in Glen Keane
animation. Just
pencil tests.
oh,
Pencil.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
look
you're
at
in for a
this.
treat.
We got
Oh,
some
and Beauty
fangirling
and
going
the
on
Beast.
over here. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So, last thing, because we're out of time. Once again, they can find your work at your Etsy shop, and you're on there too.
I'm on Society6 and Redbubble.com. Yeah.
Okay, Society 6 and Redbubble. What do they look for you there?
Society6.com/Selena Barajas, and then Redbubble.com/people/Selena Barajas. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
and we're on Facebook. It's the Art of Catherine and Sarah Zatrin on Facebook. So we'll post links, and every now and then we do coupon sales for coupon codes for Etsy store. We just had one finished yesterday actually.
All right. All right.
And sketchyduo.com.
Sketchyduo.com. Last thing that I'm going to plug for you guys. Go to the Comic Cons, go to Artist Alley, and find these three and buy stuff because I love it.
Yeah.
They have great stuff. If you're a fan of, the Doctor Who print, this is the Doctor Who stuff with Little Amelia. The Baymax as a nurse. If you're a superhero fan, if you're just women empowerment stuff, My Little Pony, it's all really great art to decorate anywhere. A lot of people go like, "Oh, it's great for a kid's room." I would put this in my living room, no question. So thank you guys. This was a real pleasure to have you out here.
Happy to hear.
Thank you, Satrin twins +1 plus Selena. Thanks a lot, guys. That's it. All right. I'm going to switch out. Do we have a raffle or anything we need to do? You guys were awesome. Thank you. Yes. Martha had to climb down too. Do we have any raffle or what's the deal? What's up next? Alfie. Alfie's here. Are you doing toys, Alfie? Yes, and you're up with a Lil again. Are you joining him or anything? You don't know toys in that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's the deal. I've been through this so many times today. We have raffles going on for various things. We have, did you need something? Purses. I'm the first boy. We have a silent auction going on out in the lobby. This is all for Ben's family and for Ben. At our website, in the upper, you guys can't see this, but I'm pointing to it on Meerkat right here. Right here is a thing for the GoFundMe for Ben's Warriors. You can give money there, and that all goes right to Ben's family to support. And that's going to be up for a while, so you have an opportunity to do that. We are getting close. What do we have? Is it 5 o'clock or 6? 5:30. So we're 3.5 hours away from finishing this marathon, and excellent. This has gone very well. So you can find all of the past episodes of our podcast at southgatemediagroup.com. This is our 2-year anniversary of our network, so we are celebrating that as well. Let's see, what do we have coming up? We have Alfie's Toy Chest, or do we have a different name? Midichlorian Mashups. That's what we're calling it. Mandalorian Mashups. You know what, man? I've been talking a lot. And then the League of Geeks are coming up after that with a Z. And, League of Geek with some Z-grade friends. We're Z-grade celebrities, so that's how we get to be on that. All right. Alfie, are you about ready?
I am actually ready.
All right. Lil, you joining him? All right. Well, that's it. I am out of here. Enjoy a brand new made-up podcast, Mandalorian Mashups.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, guys. Give me a second to turn it off, turn it back on, okay?
You go, man.
Here you go.
Okay. All right. My name is Alfie Jimenez. I am actually a member of the Mandalorian Mashups. What we do is we take the very famous Boba Fett, the world's greatest bounty hunter from the Star Wars universe, and mix it with other themes and go to conventions. We've been on WGN. The White Sox have had us on their show. And we're about to actually be in our third installment. I should have brought the DVDs. The third installment of the Force Among Us documentaries from Chris Mock. You guys know who that is? Chris Mock?
Yes.
Yes.
I've seen it.
Yeah, we're doing the third one now. It's going to be the backstory of everyone that's been in the documentaries, like our
awesome.
actual lives. I work at a bank, so wear a suit. But yes, I do go to the conventions. Actually, today I did bring something. I brought one of our costumes that we're just giving a heads up of what we do. This is our Chicago Bears Boba Fett helmet. The costume name of this guy, I may have to change the name though. His name is Jay Fettler. So we might have to change it up. So we have a White Sox Fett named Carlton Fett. And we have a Blackhawk Fett named Hosa Fett. We also have Smurf Fett. Get it? She's blue, yellow hair, hat. We also have Green Hornet Fett. We have Batman Fett. We have a Captain America Fett. The Flag Fett. That's the most famous one that we have. We also have Raiders Fett. We have members all across the country now. We've got about 50 members. If you go on Facebook, look up Mandalorian Mashups. You'll see all the costumes and all the members that we have. We have Evil Fett, Evil Knievel Fett. You remember Evil Knievel? We are actually working on a Dukes of Hazzard Fett. Guys from the South, he's just wants to wear the Dukes of Hazzard. It's actually a girl. They're gonna do the Daisy Dukes. Oh, well, hey, go ahead, man.
I won't complain.
So, actually, my partner in crime wasn't going to make it today, but we can carry on. But I actually want to talk about a disturbing trend going on in the world today. You know what it is? 80s remakes. You guys know about that? I don't want to talk about toys. Well, we'll do kind of. Obviously, I'm very Star Wars laden. That's a big part of the 80s. But has everyone been noticing a disturbing trend in remakes?
Oh yeah, it's all over. I mean, they're already talking Goonies. They're talking. I can't even remember. I mean, I just saw Poltergeist this summer, which was terrible. 80s. They just need to leave those movies alone.
Because it seems like the Hollywood executives are trying to tap those cult classics that are now cult classics and recapture that magic, which I just don't think is possible.
No, you can't. You can't recapture magic from practical effects in a movie to
No.
CG.
Well, not only that, but just storytelling. And then when you throw in CGs of remakes that movies didn't really have any, it's just not good. The ones that I heard that are really disturbing, there's actually two. Actually, there's three. I don't know about the third one. The first one is Fletch.
Really?
Yeah. Don't do it.
With who?
I don't know, but don't remake Fletch.
With one of the Chris's, Chris Pine, Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
Chris
don't-
Hemsworth.
You can't with
Will Smith,
You
somebody.
can't. You can't. I'm with saying lines like I'm with the mattress police. It ain't gonna work.
No, all those 80s movies, like they had lines in there that you can't say today. Like you just can't get away with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't remake The Jerk. You
Right.
can't remake Used Cars. You can't
Porky's. You can't remake Porky's.
You can't remake Airplane. You can't
Right.
do that.
Yeah, with that one line about the coffee, you can't say that now.
You cannot.
And the other one that's really disturbing, just don't do it, is Weird Science.
Really?
Yeah. It's in the talks. I don't know if it's official, but don't do it. Don't remake Weird Science.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they already tried that with the TV show, and that's as far
It's
as
not going to work. But
far as it needs to go.
So what remakes have they come out with that are really bad? There's Footloose was bad. Dirty Dancing, or whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
That was bad. Fright Night was really bad.
Oh, with
Colin Firth.
yeah.
The original one from the 80s was just so awesome. It was funny, but they're just
It's not even that. It's just like even going back in 80s horror films that they're remaking. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
every one of them has been bad. From A Nightmare on Elm Street to Friday the 13th.
the Halloweens. Right.
I've already forgotten it, but I agree.
Because my friends and I, my counterpart Sean Hines, he's not here with us today. We often have this. Right. Exactly. Oh, you know what? Total Recall, but it's not 80s, it's 90s. 1990, it's close enough, but Total Recall was really bad.
Oh, that one.
Again with Colin Firth. Didn't even go to Mars. No, yeah, there was no Quaid.
Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
There was no Quaid, start the reactor, none of that was in there. But I agree with this. You probably agree with me this. When it comes to sci-fi, teenage movies, horror, 75 to about 89. It was like the hallmark for those types of movies. And speaking of 80s teen movies, and I know this breaks your heart, the death of Amanda Peterson. Cindy Mancini from Can't Buy Me Love. Oh, what happened? How did she fall from grace? Come on.
I agree with you.
When she died, you're like, oh my God, really? My first movie crush is now dead. And she was a year older than me in real life. And I'm like, oh, what happened? So everyone that was a teenager at the time was like, man, I wish I could have been there for her, or what happened? Who knows? But it looked like it was the fall was high.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, but when it comes to the 80s movies, these remakes are just getting ridiculous. And I think what else are they trying to do cartoons? Remember, did you watch Speed Racer?
Of course.
That was terrible.
The movie was terrible, yeah.
Yeah, it was, no. Yeah,
but they're remaking the cartoon now. The cartoon's coming back. And
right. Well, one movie that they are going to remake from a cartoon, I hope is good, and it did, it just made the Transformers Child's Play, is Robotech.
Yeah, I'm excited for Robotech. Who's directing that? That's
I have no idea, but I know they're remaking it. And please make it good. Please make it good. Please make it good. Because that was my first foray into anime. Was the Robotech series, and it was violent. I mean, people died. It wasn't like Transformers where it just got stupid. Old mechs didn't have beards. So I'm really looking forward to that. I just hope that they don't mess it up, because that's one thing you can't really mess up. Please don't mess that one up.
I'm still waiting for my live action Voltron.
Yes, that would be very cool. Actually, I was just talking to a friend of mine earlier today who has the original die-cast Lion Voltron.
Oh, really?
Yes, working.
See, I was just telling my wife today that I need to find one.
He's got the car one and the Lion one.
Oh, wow.
So he's good there. So, all right, who in this room? Anyone collect toys? Anybody? Toy collectors? What genre do you collect? What are you? Toys or comics? Both? Okay, cool. Anyone else? Wonder Woman figurines? Anything? Okay.
I love the Funko Pop. It's cheap. It does its job. It hits 80 genres. You can get the Goonies and
Did
Funko
anyone
Pop.
have a Roddy Piper whatever?
A Funko? No.
Yeah, because as icons from the 80s start to pass away, their toy lines are starting to become more valuable. But but I gotta say that Arnold Schwarzenegger, you gotta give it up, man. Terminator was not good. It was terrible. And he's better as a bad guy. Who agrees Arnold's better as a bad guy in Terminator? It's just the whole good guy thing. It worked in 2 because the story was very good. But the last 2, the Salvation and the Terminator 3, just.
I think the last movie was not good, but I think Arnold was the best part of the movie.
Right, because Sarah Connor looked like she was 14. I'm like, I mean, they didn't even have Pugsley, the iguana, her roommate's iguana. Come on. And Rick Rossovich was, someone like that, Slider from Top Gun. Yeah. You like Genesis? Yeah.
Sega Genesis.
Dreamcast.
Shinobi. Awesome.
Dreamcast. No, but outside of the first 2, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's it just goes back to they just keep rehashing everything from the 80s. I mean, we're gonna get a new Alien. We're gonna get it.
I heard about the new Alien. I don't know. Is it a remake or is it a sequel?
No, it's a sequel after Aliens.
Yeah, but I heard Reese is reincarnated or is still alive somehow. How? Are they going to bring back Newt? Remember Newt? Newt. My name is Newt. Yeah. Are they?
Newt made it, but Newt died.
If they do that, then they better bring back Hudson.
In 3. Yeah. So that if you forget 3, because that's what they're trying to do, then Newt's alive again, and it makes no sense.
Oh, it's going to be 3 replacing the other 3 with the prisoners?
It's one, yeah, this one is going to come after part 2.
Because they buried Newt and Reese in the third one, which was Yeah. Well, then they better bring back Hudson. Somehow he survived. You know, Hudson, the guy that was played by Bill Paxton, he needs to survive somehow too. You know, game over, right? You know, but because like Aliens is another prime example from a movie from the mid '80s. Very, very good, excellent. But what was good about it was the storytelling. You know, they go to the exoplanet LB 420, I think it was, and you know it's 420 something like that. And it's a reactor to turn atmosphere into Earth, turn into a and then the aliens show up and mess everything up. Right. Yeah. If someone can look it up, because LB 420, what the name of the planet was, that's going to bother me now. Prometheus, though, I thought had promise, though. I mean, it kind of ended.
It had
weird,
promise, but it fell short.
It fell a little bit short, but I thought the premise was very good, especially with the whole ancient alien theory thing going on right now, the last 5-10 years.
Yeah.
You know, I'm big into that, by the way. Ufologists, anyone into that ancient alien theory? Anybody into ancient alien theory? Like the show Ancient Aliens, History Channel? Everyone's like, this show shouldn't be on history. I'm like, you know what? It should be. You know why? Because it's rewriting it. I do agree with the fact that I think there was advanced civilization well before we think there was. I think that's fact. I'll leave it at that. LB 426. I'll leave it at that because I know there's a lot of implications and I don't want to offend anybody. But, right. But I think the truth is going to happen very, very soon. It's going to change everything we've ever known and change everything in general for that matter, except for maybe the weather, which is also changing, by the way. What happened to our... No. But when you see those civilizations they're finding underwater, like 60 to 100 feet, okay, that means that they were there well before we know. So anyway, but Prometheus, they are making another one, right?
They are making a sequel, yeah.
Now, that's pre-Alien, right?
Right.
Okay. Because I thought the first one was pretty good until that one guy fought that squid. Remember the...
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what's going on here?
That's how you get them to merge, because
Right.
that's how, and I understand.
Oh, so the aliens that we saw are sort of like a morphic hybrid? Right. The xenomorph. Okay. Right.
It's all evolving. That's what, because once the DNA changes, that's what we end up seeing.
Right. Yeah, because I thought it was pretty good. I like how they went to that planet and it was raining glass. You know, because that's what they're finding on these exoplanets. The type of precipitation is not what we know it. You know, we know rain and hail and snow, but raining, what was it like? Silicon, something like that, which is plausible because silicon is very common, I think, on other planets besides our own. So we'll see. Obviously, there's a big thing coming in December. Everyone knows what's coming in December, right?
No.
Star Wars. No. All right.
Did you buy the 18-foot Millennium Falcon yet?
No, I did not. I'm working on a life-size at the moment.
That would be better.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to stomp on people who crashed down the bike path down here in Elgin and see what happens. You know, I don't think most of you were not here the last time I was here, but I did go to the Star Wars convention in Anaheim in April. And from what I saw and from what I'm hearing, this movie will not be cute. It will not be cute. Thank God. It's going to be pretty. There's going to be some pretty crazy things that are going to happen from what I'm hearing, especially from the friends from the Rebel Force Radio. It's going to put Star Wars back on track, in my opinion. I hope, because the prequels were terrible. Who doesn't disagree with me? Or who? Yeah, no more. I don't think there's going to be any lens flare, thank God, because that was kind of a distraction in those Star Trek movies with J.J. Abrams. You know what movie that I really like from him? Have you guys ever seen Cloverfield?
Yep.
Oh, that's a great movie. You know why? Because you know something really bad's going to happen, and you have to watch and see what happens. And I love that movie. You know, no option. People are going to die, and bad things are happening. You know, and the story's very good. It's very simple, but it's still very good. But anyone who has any trilogy stuff, toy-wise, you might want to hang on to it, or if you see it, buy it now. Because I think what's going to happen when they have the revelations of Episode 7, you guys know what some of the revelations are? Well, that girl is Luke, and that's Han and Leia's daughter, okay? Luke Skywalker's going to fight I think Kylo Ren, the guy with the lightsaber.
Yeah, Kylo
Ren. Yeah, Kylo Ren. I don't know if he survives or not, but they're not going to show him. I think there's supposed to be another trailer coming out in September, supposedly, but they're not going to show Luke Skywalker in it. They didn't want to show him at all in any of the trailers. You know, when he reaches on R2-D2, that's all you're going to see. But you notice his sleeve was white because I guess supposedly when they find him, he's dark. You know, because he gets somehow after Jedi, something bad happens to him and he gets exiled somehow.
Yes, some of the rumors I heard were that his powers as a Jedi got too strong, and fear built up in him, and that's why he exiled himself.
Right, and somehow Leia brings him back to a Jediism, the good side, and then he explains to Han and Leia's daughter that she has a big part in this whole thing that's coming along, and that one stormtrooper guy, you know, he somehow breaks away from the First Order. Yeah.
Well, he starts off
as a stormtrooper.
Rumor again, and we really don't know, but he starts off as a stormtrooper, and he actually has the Force.
Right.
And
not at this
stage.
No.
Because remember, with how many were on the 2 Death Stars? I mean, they've destroyed them all. So now they're recruiting. Now the First Order. That's why it's not the Empire. They're changing, and all these people are all different. And actually, rumor also is that Daniel Craig is in one of the stormtrooper costumes, which I think is pretty awesome. But he'll never take his helmet off.
And then say Ken Lung, that Asian actor, is in that movie now. I didn't realize he was in it. He's on a TV show though. I forgot.
Yeah, Dr. Ken. He's got a new.
So
show.
that makes the third. No, that actually makes it the. I guess he'd be the second then, because they have Donnie Yen going to be in episode 8.
Oh yeah.
But the first one is the first Asian character is the guy from Return of the Jedi, the A-wing pilot.
Oh, that's right.
There's too many of them. Then I guess Nai Num counts, kind of. Lando's co-pilot.
Does it count?
You know, to me he does, because he sounds like, you know, I'm Filipino. I can say it. He's Asian. So
well, I can't.
No, you can't. You can't say anything anymore. It's PC. You know. Yeah, they can count too, I think. Yeah.
Sure. Nuke Gunray.
She can't do that. Yeah. You know. Speaking of those guys, you know what? Of the prequels, actually, I don't mind Episode 1 as much as other people do. I mean, I think they used a lot more real sets. The story was pretty good. Episode 2 drives me bananas.
Well, I think the thing is, Episode 1 everybody thought was so slow because there was a lot of politicking and stuff, and then the only real thing outside of the lightsaber battle at the end was the pod race, and nobody really cared for that. And I think that's where it torpedoed it. And then they overcompensated in the second one with just so much aircraft fighting and CG, and it was just
the CG in episode
everything
2.
was just blasters here, blasters there, and the story fell apart.
And the CG was so CG'd, and nothing looked real.
I know it was real, awful,
especially with the clones and everything. And it got to the point where you don't want to see people fighting, robots anymore. Droids, battle droids. That's not fun.
No.
So at least we have another Sith Lord in this new one, it'll be exciting.
Well, exactly. I mean, because him fighting Obi-Wan fighting. I'm drawing a blank on General Grievous. That wasn't a great battle.
No,
that was really poor.
But at least General Grievous looked decent, though. He didn't look bad.
He did, but again, you go back to that. You're fighting a CG character, and it just loses
it gets
something.
Boring. It's boring. But did you guys see that footage on YouTube when they were at the San Diego Comic-Con? The production and there's other scenes in there.
Yeah,
this movie looked very Star Wars-esque. A lot of latex masks.
Oh yeah, all practical.
A lot of real sets. So I think that's what I'm saying, because I think what they got away from was the real feel of the trilogy. Even though they went to different planets, they still were like different real sets.
Right.
When on episode 3, I don't think there was one real set in that entire movie. I mean, there literally wasn't. I mean, except for maybe at the very end when they were in the Buckhead Runner, that was a real set. And then when Obi-Wan handed off Luke and Leia to Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen, but they filmed that during episode 2. But this one here has got a ton of real sets. They see them. They built the Millennium Falcon. They got those new X-wing fighter pilots. I don't know what the classification number for those are. And then it looks very Star Wars-esque, which is be a big plus because.
Well, what I always say when I review movies like that, and you look at the prequel trilogies to to the original trilogy to what we're getting now. Is a lot of times a movie, when it gets too CG heavy, loses its soul.
Right. And that's what it did. The prequels didn't have that emotional content.
Right. And I think what we're seeing, just from the glimpses of what we see, from what we know JJ's doing, what we saw at San Diego Comic-Con, it seems that they're going back. They know what they screwed up on.
Right.
And they're fixing it.
Right.
The bad part is they took Anakin to make Darth Vader like a likable, semi-likable character.
Yeah. No, they shouldn't have done that.
No, they really didn't. Well, no, but it was good.
Well, because they got bad actors.
The best part was the Darth Maul fight.
Right.
The first three series, in that part, I mean, that was.
Right.
That was a great fight.
Well, there was a turning point, but like in the trilogy, there's a turning point. That moment for me, it's when Luke threatens Leia and his friends, and then Luke Skywalker freaks out on him, and in front of the Emperor. That scene, I was maybe 11 at the time. That's that moment where that whole story basically comes to fruition. Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader realizes that he may not be able to beat Luke, but then he's like, I'm going to go after your sister and your friends. No! And he freaks out, and then he beats Darth Vader. That's that moment. Hopefully we have that in the new, prequel, or no, the new 7, 8, and 9.
I think we will, because they're tying it more to family. I mean, you've already talked about Kylo Ren. There's rumors of who he's going to be. It's going to be tied in together. It's all going to be part of the Solo Skywalker name, I think, a lot of this. And I think that's why, because, we've all grown up with these movies, and even my kids right here have seen them all. And we're invested in that family and we get those emotions, because you said it right there. Why was that emotional? Because the Emperor was going to go after his family, and it's characters we care about. Right. We didn't care about a lot of the characters in the first one.
I don't think we cared about
the Emperor was like, I'm going after Jar Jar, we'll be like,
I don't think we cared about any of the characters in the prequels.
No. I'm going to go after Padme. Okay, let her give birth first and then kill her.
Right.
It's like we don't care.
Right. Yeah, that was no fun. No fun. But
What do you think about J.J. Abrams veering from the established universe that like Timothy Zahn and all those guys created, because Lucas wasn't going to go there?
I think he knows what he knows what people want, and I think he knows how to tell a story, and I think it was the perfect choice. Because looking at his other movies, I know everyone's like, he did Star Trek. Star Treks were actually pretty good.
Yeah.
They were no Wrath of Khan, but they were good.
Well, they try to be.
Yeah, Wrath of Khan to me. I mean, we got a few minutes here, but we can talk about it. What are the best sequels ever made? Aliens, Terminator,
Empire,
Godfather, Back to the Future.
No, Back to the Future 2 is not better than the first
Right.
Back to the Future.
No, but just good sequels in general. Road Warrior. Yeah, Road Warrior.
Yeah.
Right. But for me, the best sequel, in my opinion, is Superman 2. Because it was filmed along with the first one at the same
Well,
time.
half of it was.
But with General Zod and Nan and Ursula was like so hot, Did you see that?
I can see why
I
you like
have
this sequel.
power beyond reason. We all have them idea, But there was 3 of them, and Superman gave up his powers for Lois Lane, and he finds out that Zod's on the planet, and he goes, "Oh crap!" I mean, there was a really good story, really well made. Except when they're blowing down, Fifth Avenue, and you see the cardboard. No, but it was
all paper and
still
garbage.
a very good movie because again they have all these new Supermans and Batmans, and there's about another 4th or 5th Spider-Man generation coming out. What are they doing? Because I don't know about you guys, but Christopher Reeve is Superman. I mean, even though the Superman that we know is still actually a remake from the 50s or the 60s, the original Superman movies, or.
The 40. Yeah. I was going to say the serial
but Superman 2 though.
The 50s.
But Superman 2 though, to me, for a sequel is just, it's just unbelievably. That's like the best one ever. Empire, outside of Empire we're not counting. We're counting other movies. But
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight was
If you look
pretty
at
good.
Nolan's trilogy,
Yeah, those are very good. But we'll see. I don't know the
Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock.
Is that with is that with Alfred Molina?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, honestly, the only reason why I wanted to go see it because that was the guy who Ask for the idol. Throw me the
Indiana
whip.
Jones.
Guys, we got about. Oh, we're up. Okay.
That's all
All
right.
right. Well, until next time, look us up on Facebook, Mandalorian Mashups. Our next event will be Star Wars Day at Comiskey. It's Comiskey, right? Not U.S. Cellular. It's Comiskey.
Well, people might drive across the street to the boneyard then.
U.S. Cellular Field, September 13th. Look for the Star Wars, and it will also be at the Soldier Field for the Bears home opener.
Very
Jay-
nice.
What do you think, Jay Feller? I have to give it up. Did Butkus Fett, maybe, or Doug Buffon Fett, or Peyton Fett? I don't know. We are also making a Green Bay Packer one called Brett Fett.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but it works. It works.
It does.
It does work.
But
Okay,
it's a Packer.
next time. Actually, you know what? Can I get a picture? I need a picture. We need a picture.
Sure.
Yeah. Just from behind here. Yeah. So, hang on. Oh, yeah.
Or not?
Yeah.
Am I taking that picture? Or are you taking it?
No, actually, someone take a picture. Actually, how about you get in the picture? You get
It's
the-
right here.
Get in the picture of some stuff.
You buy it?
I don't know. It's like an eclipse.
Yeah.
Second time I've used that show.
Yep.
Excellent, guys. Don't do that. One more.
All right. Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, thanks again.
That was awesome,
Thanks for
Dan.
having me, man.
That was the debut episode of this too, wasn't it?
I
Are
think
we
so.
gonna doing more of these?
Oh, absolutely. No, actually, I still got to be my counterpart. Who couldn't make it today. But
All right. Well,
Next time.
excellent. I'm sorry I didn't get to hear a lot of it. I'll be listening on the recording because everyone wanted to talk out in the hallway. But awesomeness. I'm glad you brought the hat too. So that's
just to kind
the
of give
helmet.
legitimacy of the Mandalorian mashups.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very
Did
cool.
you guys see the Boba Fett in there, the visor? This is a real Riddell football cage. So, you know.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. All right, we are entering hour 9. I think. I don't know. 6 o'clock. So hour 9. Thanks a lot, Alfie. It was great having you, man. We will be in touch. And we are going to start the next show in about a minute, maybe less. We're doing League of Geeks. So Alil is back up at the front of the mic with 2 Z-grade celebrities. Geeks. Okay, before we get into that, there's the raffle still going on. Raffle tickets are available out in the hallway. You can also, if you just want to flat out donate, you can just donate. There's a box out there, or you can see Shelly over here, or whatever. We are on Meerkat. We are on YouTube Live. We are on Google Hangout. If you, on those things, want to chat with us, people are writing back and forth, I think, and we'll communicate with you. If you do go to the website and you do donate to Ben's fund, it's called Ben's Warriors. It's on our website, southgatemediagroup.com, and use the hashtag podcast marathon. That way we just can kind of track what's been going on. I think we've done a lot of good here today, which is awesome. And okay, I think we're ready to get started with League of Geeks. You guys ready? All right, I'm going to step out here. Or do you want me to go in there? You'll go in there? Oh.
You get to be in the sandwich.
Yeah, it's like a raw sandwich. Gross.
You love the sandwich.
Wait a minute. William, can you hit stop on that recorder? It's down at the bottom in the middle. To make it start counting. We're good?
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, we're ready to go.
Hey, it's us three.
As
I've
always.
seen this show.
All right,
We're going.
All right, we're ready to go. All right, well, welcome to League of Geeks. This is actually a show I do, not with Rob and not with Chris, but my co-host Sean
One
and
of
Steve.
There's 74 others that you do with us.
There are. My co-hosts can't be here. They're both on each opposite end of the coasts. But what we normally do with our show here, and before I get started, I'll let the guys introduce themselves, since people. I'll be listening to them for the first time, maybe. I don't know. So why don't you start, Chris?
Absolutely. My name is Chris Mao. I am co-owner of Blue Box Cafe in Elgin, Illinois.
This is Rob Southgate, keeping it green.
I was waiting for that. That's
Yeah,
good.
that's right.
Green.
That's good. Steve will love that. And again, my name is Alol Kanitsa. And what we like to do is we like to start off the show with talking about our favorite stuff of the week. So just one thing.
Public place, censored stuff.
Censored stuff.
You can imagine what they say on their show.
Yes, we are an uncensored podcast.
Mr. Hinky.
So what we like to do is talk about like one thing we did, one geeky thing we saw, whatever. And I was going to talk about Disney, but I could talk about that for days. So I'm going to talk about Pixels.
This is favorite stuff of the week?
What's it was?
Hold on.
It's intermediate stuff of the week, but I wanted to talk about Pixels.
It's and stuff of the week.
It wasn't that bad.
No?
Here's the thing with Pixels, and here's what I'm going to say.
Was it better than the Futurama episode? That it's just a ripoff of?
No, the Futurama.
Was it
episode
better than
was
Ghostbusters? Because this is Ghostbusters with 8-bit Atari figures.
No, it wasn't better than Ghostbusters.
Okay. I digress. Go ahead.
It doesn't have to. I mean, Ghostbusters is a pinnacle 80s classic.
Yeah, I love the all-female cast, too.
Well, is it better than the all-female cast Ghostbusters? Yes.
How could you know that? I think it's going to be awesome. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So with Pixels, you could take Adam Sandler out of the movie and cast him with anybody, and the movie would still be good. Like he didn't bring his normal Adam Sandler-ness to it.
Okay.
And Kevin James, you'll love this. He was the president of the United States. It was awful. That part was awful.
So this was Idiocracy 2.
But the movie was. Peter Dinklage was so awesome.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask, because in the previews, this is where I turned. Remember, I have busted on this movie for months. Then we see a preview where it stops focusing on Adam Sandler and Kevin James, and it focused on Peter Dinklage, and I went, "Oh my gosh, this movie looks awesome!"
And he wasn't in it as much as I'd hoped. But
Like Bryan Cranston, Godzilla type. Like
Yeah,
5
exactly.
minutes.
It's Bryan Cranston and Godzilla. But Peter Dinklage was so funny.
Yeah.
And there's a scene. All I gotta say is, if you see it, just remember Martha Stewart and Serena Williams and the Lincoln bedroom at the White House. That's all I gotta say.
That's
Wow.
that's all you have to say. Now I'm going to watch it.
And Tyrion Lannister sounds like
I'm going to watch it.
Everything that Peter Dinklage said was awesome.
yeah.
And
Wow.
Josh Gad was really good too.
Josh Gad can be really great.
I really like Josh Gad because he played that, the Opie type of guy.
The
And
Olafy type of guy.
He was Olaf, and then he had this great
Did he
singing
sing, "Do you
number.
want to build some pixels"? He sings in
He
it.
sings in it. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Jenny's making a face though. Did you like it, Jenny? You did.
Yeah.
How about you kids? Did the kids
Alex,
like
did
it?
you love Pixels?
She's got the smiles about it. She's like, hey, this is
All
good.
right, okay.
That's good. I like
All
it.
right.
You know what? It was dumb
Tom-tested,
entertainment.
kid approved.
Dumb entertainment.
Dumb
But
entertainment.
you know what? If you
Who
grew
didn't
up,
see that coming?
yeah, well, you grew up in the '80s. Everything was an '80s reference,
Yeah.
Okay.
and I think that's what they played on. They stole the Guardians of the Galaxy formula, but didn't do it as good at all.
Oh, wait, I didn't think you needed to say that. Okay, so surprisingly, you turned me. I will watch it.
Yeah,
I am not paying for this movie. I am.
I was
not
gonna say give it
paying
6
for
months
this movie.
to when you can watch it on streaming on Netflix or something.
Okay.
But I don't think it's the worst thing I've ever seen. It's not the best thing. I mean, you compare the movies that came out this month. Ant-Man was far superior.
We'll get there.
Okay.
All right.
So
Is
then
it somebody else's
you
turn?
go.
Chris, you want to go? Favorite stuff of the week? Work, and more
Work and more work and a lot of work. But I will say recently, I don't do animated films, and I went and saw Minions and absolutely loved it.
Really?
I thought it was fantastic.
You love Minions.
Minions, it was great. I
Minions.
thought it was very. They have a lot of adult themes in it, which I thought was good. The kids loved it, but it was it was set in the '60s, so it was like the music was the '60s. It was set in England, which was kind of cool. I really liked it, and I for being throwaway guys in Despicable Me, I think they've hit a home run with these guys.
Not bad.
I liked it. I thought it was
Oh,
great.
you got applause on that one. Yeah. Yeah, we have been wanting to see this. In fact, Tuesday, if we hadn't been dealing with all the kitten stuff we had going on at home, that is my least favorite stuff of the week.
Yeah.
it would have been going to see Jurassic World coupled with Minions.
Nice.
That would have been our day. Instead, we did a lot of vacuuming and dealing with kittens. Let's leave it there. Unhappy about that. So
I heard.
Minions, that was
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was really enjoyable. I mean, we talked about it. I don't have very much time to go see movies.
Yeah.
And Kathleen and her mom wanted to go see it, so I went along, and it was great. I loved it.
awesome.
It was a good.
Very
it was
cool.
a good hour and a half. Whatever of my time. It was. I was
Yeah,
like
man,
dreading
we're-
it. I was like, I can't believe we're going to see this. And 5 minutes in, I'm like, this is awesome. So
Yeah, we're going to see it. It looks good. So, okay. I'm not seeing Pixels in the theater,
That's fine.
but I'm going to see it, and I'm definitely seeing Minions in the theater. So that's a winner. For me, it's what you brought up. I went to a movie and stayed awake. I saw Ant-Man. Ant-Man was a fun, cool movie. Is it perfect? No. Are there things I could tell you that could be fixed, or were obviously like Edgar Wright left and those touches you can tell where some things happened? Yes. I don't care. It was great, man. I don't know how they pulled it off. You didn't see Ant-Man.
I have
though,
not
yet,
seen it.
but you did.
I did. They did
Pulled
too.
it off. It was great. And here's the crazy thing. This also goes with my favorite stuff of the week. I've been reading my Marvel U comics all week. I got Marvel U, and I have never sat and read the Ant-Man standalone comics. And I thought, you know what?
Are the new ones or the old?
Well, if you go to Marvel U, it's not that I read Ant-Man that makes it my favorite stuff. It's they do this thing where they feature things. So they'll do a character profile, and they'll pick random, not so random, they're picking key stories. So they had the Ant-Man one, and I thought, you know what? Just before the movie, I read the first one, and it was a more modern take on it. It was one issue, kind of told the story. Funny enough, it didn't really match the movie. It had elements of it. I thought it was going to be like, okay, this is what they pulled it from.
Was it with Scott or Hank?
With Scott.
Okay.
Then I read the next ones, and it was Hank, and then it was Scott, and then it was like, these don't really match the movie, but there was stuff that was in the movie that was in there that I didn't realize because I saw the movie before reading some of them, and there were all these little things like Cassie. I didn't know about Cassie hardly at all, and it made that character story so interesting. And oh my gosh, what happens to Cassie in the comics?
Yep.
Wow, great movie. This Marvel U thing. If you don't have Marvel U and you love comic books, get it, man.
Yeah, I know so many people are against it. I don't know why, because
You know what? Nerd rage. That's why. It doesn't turn the way I want it to, or the things aren't perfect. I don't care. Does DC have an app like that?
I don't think so.
Does Image have an app like that?
Nope.
Yeah. Did Payback have an app like that?
Yes.
It was like Homer, remember that? Did Payback give up? Did Braveheart give up?
Of course they did.
Yeah. So, favorite stuff of the week, it was all revolving around Ant-Man and Marvel.
I'm with you. I loved it too. So I'm going to leave it at that.
You got to see it, Chris.
I want to.
It's a good time.
It was fun.
It's-
I like
it's
it
not
better than Age of
Guardians good.
Ultron.
Yeah, me too. It's not Guardians good, but it is better than Age of
The
Ultron.
more and more I thought about it, I liked it better than Age of Ultron.
Me
So
too.
is that because Age of
It's a better
Ultron is
movie.
very much it's just a summation. It's the all-star game of
Right.
Marvel.
It had no weight to it.
Right.
It was like
Exactly.
Ultron is here. Who cares?
Right.
And this one, there's actually something that happens that I don't know if everybody picked up on. That actually is going to have probably huge implications down the
Right.
road.
Do you mean the Microverse?
Well, that is part of
Because
it.
that leads us to Micronauts and Rob the Space Knight.
How many
All
times are you
about
going to
it.
bring him up?
Today we've had 12
Rob.
hours worth of it. Well, 9
That's
hours.
right. No, but there was a scene where they were trying to sell the suits,
Yes.
and you see the Hydra agent.
Yes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not
nice.
gonna give it
Well,
away.
there was another. You also saw the 10 rings. Still
Right?
there.
Yeah, the 10 rings are still involved. It's like,
So Trevor,
what
not
is
done.
going on? Yeah, it seems like
Trevor.
it's picking up on a lot.
All right. Yeah, with the Wasp. You mean
Yeah,
the one with the
from
Winter
Civil
Soldier.
War. Well,
Yeah.
from
That-
Civil War with Cap, Bucky, and yeah.
And that scene is that exact scene with Winter Soldier is in
the movie,
Civil War,
yeah.
but it might be different angles than that.
They
But
cut
that-
it right from the dailies.
Yep, it's right in there.
Oh, he is in there. He already filmed. He's
They've
in
already
there.
he is,
He's gonna be
and
in.
they made
He's
it very
in.
obvious. The guy Falcon says, "I know a guy," and then it goes, "Boom! Ant-Man will return." Of course, it's Ant-Man.
Yes.
We need the Wasp to show up, but she doesn't show up in that.
And they foretell that scene because Michael Douglas's character Hank Pym says the same thing. He's like, "I know a guy," and his guy is Scott Lang, Ant-Man,
Right.
and that's how. And that's what they. That's
So
what they
that's
kept
the
saying it that way.
thing leading in. Yeah.
I know a guy.
All right, so there's our favorite stuff of the week.
Favorites of the week. All right, so we usually go next. I'll just do one thing quickly, unless you guys have anything. I know you guys don't really collect toys, or not
I
anymore.
do. I just
Not
can't buy them anymore.
Not anymore. But we go to our toy box section, and I want to talk about a 7.5 foot tall, or not tall, but 7.5 foot long Baymax plush pillow mattress.
I'm not buying it, but I was going to bring it up too.
I tagged that. Did you see me tag it on Facebook?
Oh, no,
I tagged you on it. Yes.
Okay, I
did.
saw it. I
that.
posted
said,
it.
look, yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't. Yeah,
It's a puffy, awesome Baymax.
yeah. And if you guys don't know who Baymax is from Big Hero 6, an amazing character.
And it's like a big body pillow of Baymax.
Lil's gonna play him on Halloween. So
yeah, exactly.
and
Just paint.
paint.
And gross. And Jenny, just so you know, it's in a box at your house right now. He's already pre-ordered it. So
I know it's only $400.
oh, it's only $400, Jenny. Yeah, at least it's not the life-size hot toy of it, which is
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
yeah. Speaking of hot toys, I'm going to bring up another toy box since
right.
you're in the toy box.
Go for it.
We talked about it earlier. The what is it? 18 feet.
18 foot. Yeah.
18-foot Millennium Falcon from Hot Toys. 18 feet. You're making fun of me. It's 18 feet, isn't it, Lil?
Yes.
It is. It's 18
It's
feet.
1/6
Look at Edward's over there making
1/6
fun.
I can't believe
Maybe-
the Millennium Falcons.
We talked about it on This
100
Week in
feet
Geek.
long.
Yeah. What is that? What's 18 times 6?
108 feet.
That's all it is. I thought it'd be
That's
bigger
huge.
than that.
No, I thought it would be smaller than that. It looks small.
What?
The Millennium Falcon looks smaller than 108 feet.
No, I don't think so.
I don't.
Look at it. Look at him when they stand in front of it. It's not that
The
big.
sad thing is Harrison Ford tripped over it when they were debuting and broke his leg.
J.J.
again.
Abrams broke his back at the.
The
Son
lift
of
didn't
a-
get up.
Yes.
He was just-
Joey, I'm home.
No more lens. Damn lens flare.
The intro to episode 7 is going to be just like the beginning of the Dick Van Dyke Show. Harrison Ford comes walking and he trips over the little Millennium Falcon. Da, 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 da. Boom.
Sidesteps it.
And sometimes on some shows he sidesteps at the others, and Chewbacca is Buddy.
Chewie, you're home, thud.
Chewie, I'm home. Chewie, I'm home. Welcome to the League of
I was
Geeks.
gonna say, I don't even know what show we're on anymore.
I'm Steve, remember.
That's right. You're keeping it green.
Keeping it green.
Chris, do you have anything?
Not really. I'm not a big toy guy, so I apologize.
Getting Minion toys?
What?
Getting
I was gonna say,
Minion
go to
toys?
McDonald's and
I got
get some.
No, you are. You have some Doctor Who stuff over here.
I
You could-
do.
You could highlight because you got some cool stuff over there.
Yeah, picked up some stuff in some cons. We've picked up some bookmarks and some buttons and a few little posters to sell here at the store. So
Cool stuff.
And
It's just the fact that there's Doctor Who toys, like kind of
there are
flooding into the
so-
market now.
And I'm trying to. There were some of those you told me about the stuff that was at Walgreens. I picked up some of those and trying to get a number 11. I'm looking around, but
There you
that's
go.
about it. So
Well, I know we talked about this earlier, but I'm
About
gonna,
$400 though.
no.
no,
I know
I
we,
might
well,
get the cockpit. The cockpit would be cool.
the cockpit would be cool, and you can put 3 or 4 figures in that.
Yeah,
I mean,
Like the Hot Toys one?
yeah,
yeah.
I forgot what we were talking about.
the Baymax.
Yeah, the Baymax. The cockpit. Yep.
Are we really getting to that
Yep.
level of this show?
Welcome to the League of Geeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Please use the cockpit joke tonight, please.
Of course I will.
All right.
But
We're not on This Week in Geek. Why are you flipping through Joe Blow?
because there was a few announcements I was going to make real quick.
Bring it up.
We talked about it this morning.
Is this TV
Channing-
news or movie news? What did we move into? Well, League of Geeks movie news.
There you go.
Thank you.
Channing Tatum's back on Gambit.
He's back on?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Is this breaking news?
Yeah. The breaking news from like 2 hours ago.
We just
Really? No way.
9 hours
I
ago.
was laughing
The
when
guy
I
down
saw
the
this.
river. And-
I flipped through it. It was like Hollywood Insider was like, he's back on. And I'm like, what?
No,
No, apparently I bet his agents are too.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was fun. I think the argument was he wanted his Magic Mike cast and he wanted more money.
Do you want
Wait.
Matthew McConaughey is going to be in Gambit?
Shut up. That would be awesome.
No, he's supposed to be Norman Osborn. That's what I want Matthew
That would be great.
McConaughey to
In
play.
Gambit?
No, but I'm saying in the Marvel universe.
Magic Gambit?
Magic Gambit.
Could he do a
Look at that crossover.
What the
Is-
chest thing from?
Is he going to do the Cajun accent? Because that is going to be.
I think, isn't he from
Terrible.
down south?
Who?
Channing Tatum.
Well, that doesn't mean he's going to have the Cajun accent.
He says he
Bill
can do
Clinton
it.
didn't have a Cajun accent. He's from down south.
What are you talking about? Yes, he did. No, I'm not doing it. I'm
Okay.
not doing my Bill Clinton.
Were you going to
No,
do
I was
it?
gonna-
Oh,
You're not taking it.
that was so close.
Were you,
I'm
was it your
not
broad
taking the
accent?
bait. I was about to do it. I'm not doing it.
Oh,
You
I
try to get me to
do-
do impressions all the time. I'm not doing it.
I throw them out there all the time. They're all bad, and you can't do your one Bill Clinton.
Can't do it.
Okay. So I'm Gambit.
I did not.
You said that's what I was going to say.
I did not throw that card at that woman. That's terrible.
That's terrible. So
Hey,
with
thanks,
that,
Edward.
with
Thank
that,
you.
we get Channing Tatum back in the
Oh,
Fox
thank goodness.
universe.
So is he off Ghostbusters now? Does that mean he's off Ghostbusters?
No, because Ghostbusters is nowhere near ready
I know,
yet.
It's just written. Well, it's written. They're going to sign somebody, and this is going to happen. And they wrote it for Channing Tatum and for Chris Pratt.
and they will
As
probably throw
every
them.
script in Hollywood
they'll-
is written
They'll
right
probably
now.
throw them $20 million apiece.
Oh yeah.
and they'll do it.
Yep.
And they'll work around their schedule.
They're not gonna.
Ghostbusters.
They're not gonna get
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg to. Is it Jesse Eisenberg?
Yeah.
To do the movie when Michael
Let's
Cera.
let's
does
talk
the movie.
about Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
So he goes to Comic-Con and claims it's like genocide.
Yeah.
What an idiot. Like, you are going in to play an iconic character who is probably going to have a long-lived...
You're right. He's an
You know-
iconic villain, important to the DC universe. They're trying to establish this universe. They're not killing off Lex Luthor,
No.
and you walk in and
And you
antagonize.
insult everyone.
Yeah.
You insult your fan base.
Yeah.
Peed on his Cheerios because he was angry. I don't
Me.
know why he's angry.
Just a little squirt.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would be angry. You were there. You were shooed in. You know, you see, there was a picture of him just looking all angry, and Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill are just like eating a sandwich and laughing at each other, and, like talking about their 19-year-old
high
names.
fiving. Woo!
They're like, we're Batman and Superman, yeah.
I mean, come on.
I just don't get it. Like, I don't know if he was just doing
Is he
that
just trying to be the
to
villain?
embody Lex Luthor.
Right.
He's probably trying to be the
But
villain.
it's like, it's just, come on.
But you're antagonizing your fan base. I mean, and when you guys saw the preview, didn't you kind of think like, what a jerk? But not
He
like,
was.
but not like, what a jerk. He's Lex Luthor. What a jerk. It was like, Michael Cera
But
should
he
have been
plays-
Lex Luthor first.
But he-
Can you imagine
Have
that?
you seen he was in an episode of Modern Family? You guys watch Modern Family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like the
Well, we
same
did.
character where he was like the environmental neighbor.
Did he play Longinus or Pepper?
No, that's me. I'm Pepper.
You're Pepper. You're Longinus.
Sure. Absolutely.
No, but like he seems to always play that kind of like snooty character.
Yeah.
Like he's done one movie where I actually really liked him in, that was Zombieland.
Zombieland.
Zombieland's great.
And then
He was
outside of
good in
that,
Social Network, but he played that
he
same
played the
character.
same kind of
Yeah.
character. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like he could play the
He's got that
social-
like attitude.
exactly like I'm better than all of you, and yet I'm not.
Look at him. He's got the look, though. He's got the look. I don't know what.
of Lex Luthor.
Well, I'm saying that's what
Or
he's
you're saying
that's
he's
what
like-
he appears.
He's
got
like the
look.
it girl. You're like, yes.
Yeah, he looks. He just has that DB look. That's what he looks like. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Deep. All right, I was trying
He
to
does, but
decipher
that's-
what you were saying. Yes, he does.
he has that look. That's what he appears. I mean, he's acted that way. He looks the part. I don't know if he was just going with it, and he just made a bad calculated mistake or not.
He
So,
might have. I mean,
He
that's,
might have. I
that's-
don't know.
It's just so weird. You know, you're in this franchise. You're in this universe that they're building, and you're going to probably be in a dozen of these movies,
Right.
Because Lex has such a big part in a lot of this stuff.
And why didn't they cast Billy Zane? I'm just asking.
Like, well, because he's going to be in Spider-Man.
He's in.
No, did you hear about that?
Oh, what?
Yes, he's
All
in
right,
Spider-Man.
he's not officially.
Billy Zane is?
No, listen
I
to
like
this.
Billy Zane.
Listen to this. Okay,
You
so
ever see Demon Knight? He's awesome.
I
in
hate
Demon
Billy
Knight.
Zane.
In
You know
Demon
why?
Knight, he's awesome.
You know why I hate Billy Zane? Because Billy
Titanic.
Zane has
No,
stolen.
you're thinking of Kevin James.
No, Billy Zane has stolen roles from Bruce Campbell that Bruce Campbell should have had. Bruce Campbell was up for the Phantom and should have been the Phantom because he would have made that movie so awesome.
Right.
But you know
And
what?
Billy Zane
That might have been a good
destroyed it.
sidestep. You might want to send a gift basket to Billy Zane because that movie was terrible.
You took my role. Here's the check.
Yeah, thank you. I'm still Bruce Campbell, and you're that guy from the Phantom.
Yes.
He still has Back to the Future on his resume, but no, like so. A reportedly leaked cast list came out, and it had Billy Zane playing the Vulture.
Really?
Yeah, I don't believe it. It looked like a screenshot from somebody's like
William's making that
19
screenshot right now, so yeah, I doubt it's real.
yeah, he's just like, here, I wrote this script.
Yeah, right.
down.
I
And
look.
and the people who reported on it is like, here, I could do the same thing. And then Idris Elba listed as every character in this one. Aunt May,
Ooh.
Idris Elba.
I'd like to see him as Aunt May.
He's a white.
But they said so. Jason
one-man
Biggs. Jason Biggs is rumored to play Matt Gargan, the Scorpion.
Does anyone want to see American Pie playing the Scorpion?
That's.
I do not want to see that.
I was just like, what is? But here's what I really like.
The only one that would be worse is the guy that plays Oz playing from American Pie playing the Scorpion. He'd be terrible.
He was a terrible actor anyway.
Oh.
Here's one casting that I liked a lot was Hugh Laurie as J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh,
That's
he'd be
excellent.
fantastic.
That's
I was just
excellent.
like-
Make that one happen.
I was like, holy cow, that would be awesome.
Yes.
Please do that.
You know what? Marvel does a good job with its casting. I don't see, unless there's something about Jason Biggs that we don't see, that's not real.
No, it can't be. I mean, and
It
you know what?
can't
Maybe
be.
some of it is.
But
or-
somebody's going to look at that Hugh Laurie and go, oh.
Because I did.
I thought that's awesome.
I'm knocking down stuff.
Uh-oh.
No, because I
Spider-Man talk started. A little got excited.
I'm like Spider-Man.
Yep.
No, but because I didn't
He likes
think,
Spider-Man, doesn't he, Jenny? Just a little bit.
I didn't think anybody would be better than J.K. Simmons.
You
in that
wouldn't,
role.
But Hugh Laurie.
And then I'm like,
really
then I think Hugh Laurie.
Hold on, imagine
I love
House.
House. Yeah,
House is-
exactly. House is so good. I'm like,
House
if he was
angry
playing House.
at Peter Parker.
He out Corky's J.K. Simons like by.
What if they just did
multitude.
House, but then threw in Peter Parker as one of his interns, and that was the show?
Olivia
So
Wilde.
you've got to with Olivia Wilde
So
yes,
it's
as Spider Gwen
Wait a minute. It's a House episode now in the Marvel universe.
with Peter Parker.
With
So
Peter Parker.
We don't need the Daily Bugle anymore because people just get their news on the internet and Twitter.
Okay.
So you don't need. You have House, and you have Peter working for House.
That'd be a real house party, wouldn't it?
It would be, but I'm.
Would it be
Yep.
a dead man's party? Sorry.
Can
Gotta
you
go
play?
to-
Are we watching?
I don't know. What happened?
I don't know. I forgot now what else.
Where are we at now? Asa Butterfield. No.
Yes.
Asa.
No. Oh, is there something about him? Is
Sure.
he playing Jesse Eisenberg in the
the
biopic
in the
of
Jesse
Jesse Eisenberg?
And
as-
where are they now on VH1? What happened to
So
Jesse
Michael
Eisenberg?
Cera is going to play Jesse Eisenberg in the Lifetime biopic.
You know what though? You know what though? Like Marvel needs to cast Michael Cera as a villain now,
Oh yeah,
just to do that.
and make him
make it fantastic.
incredible. Do you know what that would do? That would be amazing. What villain could he be? There's I mean, he could be that. You know, there's something there.
Just
What young villain could Michael Cera be?
I don't know.
Yeah, a
I don't
young-
know.
You know what?
Villain.
Michael Cera can play like Harry Osborn, and make him then go into the Green
Go
Goblin
in-
role.
yeah. Don't make him Venom because we already saw what happens with that. That do not make him Venom. Stop
No,
it.
because I think if they do a Venom again, I think they're going to go Asian Venom.
No, he could be Carnage.
Oh, he could play Cletus Cassidy.
Yes, he would be interesting as Cletus.
Like this crazy psychotic serial killer, like
Yes.
Elijah Wood was in the remake,
In
he,
The Hobbit.
not the
Yes.
like in Sin City when he was the
Oh,
crazy
Yes,
guy
which was so awesome.
That was-
what was he? We had
That
the
was
white.
creepy. That was like
Oh, that was
goosebumps
fantastic.
with him. So,
so you put Michael Cera in that.
We're not
type of
talking
role.
about Goosebumps. That preview looked terrible.
yeah.
with Jack Black. Come on, that's gonna
It
be
actually
great.
looked awesome. I want
I
to see it.
actually want to see Goosebumps.
It looks so much better than Pixels, and now you've sold me on Pixels. How good does that look? It looks like I can't tell if it's terrible greatness or great.
Yeah.
The only problem with Goosebumps is
It
like,
doesn't make any sense.
is Jack Black. Like I'm like, what are you doing in this?
Like, what is doing it? He just needs to be School of Rock or Whatever
Or
the
the
other one.
D. Just be Tenacious D.
They're channeling all the Kung Fu Panda love that he's got. He's
Yeah.
got all the kids, you know.
Yeah, but you know what?
the
They
Feast
tried
of
to do
Death.
that once with Gulliver's Travels.
And they almost did it with Green
I'm
Lantern.
sorry, I feel like I dropped a stink bomb in here after that one. Green Lantern?
He was supposed to be Green Lantern before Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Trying to decide which is worse.
Because they wanted to make it a comedy.
Oh, they didn't still make it a
did.
comedy?
What? Oh, it was a laugher, but not a
They made
comedy.
it a flop, but not a comedy.
Oh, wait, that was a groaner, not a comedy.
Yeah. So,
The
yeah,
Hot Wheels thing.
Jack
I
Black
could
was
never
supposed-
let that go.
I think that's why Jack Black hates superhero movies now, because of everything he went through for that.
You know what? If he was offered the role of the Rhino, he would take it in a
I'm sure he'd
heartbeat.
take something, yeah.
But why? They screwed that up. They had Paul Giamatti as the Rhino and screwed it up.
Because it's Sony and Mark Webb.
Right. But Paul Giamatti is fantastic.
Wait, what?
I don't care what it was based on. It was terrible. It was terrible. And then with the kid at the end, you know what? Let's go punch Sony in the nose.
They already got that done by those
Let's go punch
hackers.
Fox in the nose.
Those hackers already punched him in the nose more than enough for...
Somebody needs to punch Fox in the nose too, because quick before X-Men comes out. Not X-Men, Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. All right.
I hear David Duchovny's up for Gambit. Just in.
David Duchovny?
Yeah, right.
Breaking news.
Yeah. All right, we're almost done. What else do you got? We interrupted. We filibustered. Welcome to This Week in Geek.
Yes.
I'm keeping it green.
Same thing.
This week
That's
in League of
basically it
Geeks.
is. Except we swear more.
Yeah. So what else? What else you got, League?
That's it. I'm done.
That's it? Don't we have the stuff we hate of the week?
Well, we do. We can do that because I didn't want to take that too long. So go ahead.
We can do a little
What-
bit. You got
what are we
anything you
doing?
hated this week?
Anything
There
you-
was the stuff they hated.
We call it our.
Yeah, I hated that I had to salt our house. That's what I hated because we took in kittens and we had a little issue and we had to clean for like 3 days. Yes.
I hated that I got sick and I had to drive 2 days back from Disney.
Yeah.
Dude, that's horrible.
Chris hated the 12-hour podcast marathon in hour 9.
I hated it all, and I'm here for 9 hours.
This is like I hate that you guys are in
I
my,
hate you.
my restaurant. If I
It just
can't-
got real personal.
I don't hate this. I hate the leading up to this. It's been a crap ton of work.
Yeah,
But
right.
it's okay. It's good.
But no, it's all for a good cause.
No, this
You
is
know,
wonderful.
it's-
Today is wonderful. So I'm
I got
very happy.
2 more favorite things that I'm going to throw out.
Go for it.
And they're just, one is recent, one is today.
Being in our
2 weeks
presence.
ago, we did a special edition of This Week in Geek for the San Diego Comic-Con. It was not by any stretch the normal lineup. It was Alil, Jack, who's on Enough Said, and Steve from League of Geeks was the surprise mystery guest. My favorite thing was trying to make it seem like it was a celebrity, and Alil
I wanted to kill him.
yeah, walking right into it. And then Sean called, and I had so much fun doing that. Second favorite thing happened today. This is the first time in a couple of months the real team for This Week in Geek.
I counted 6 weeks. I think it's been.
6 weeks.
It's been a long time.
Chris,
Yeah.
Alil, Edward, and me. We were back here doing the real This Week in Geek. Man, that was the best.
Is it This Week in Geek semicolon assault of Edward?
Yes, I just had the best time. I'm having a great time with all of this, but that show, like, I just loved that interaction. That was awesome, and I'm just enjoying all of it. So I want to throw that one out there.
Awesome. It was a good time.
Is that it?
That's it.
I think we're good.
I think we're good. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. This was a League Geeks shortened version because normally we're 3 hours long.
This is Optimus Prime. You've been listening to the League of Geeks. No one out there gets the joke.
League
except
of
the Will.
Geeks.
No, that's the ending. Our ending credits.
That's voiceover.
I am Optimus Prime. I'm close. I want to hear your impression.
no.
No.
I am Optimus Prime. Hello.
See, he does an
Edward's
impression.
impression.
He does an Edward impression all the time.
That's the only one I do.
I am Edward. All right, that's it. Thank you, League of Geeks. Thank you, everybody. All right, we move into the next thing. What do we have next? Oh, we have the video game throwdown. Are you joining? Brandon's cousin, get up here. Yes. 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 Of course. It's your show. All right, so here we go. Thank you, Alil. That was awesome. Okay, so before we get to the next thing, a couple of things. Meerkat, you're on YouTube, you're on Google Hangout, you're on. I hope people are communicating and writing things. If you donate at the website, please use the hashtag Podcast Marathon. We're trying to raise money for Ben. He is a 10-year-old boy from Elgin, right here, that has ADHD, autism, and has stage 4 brain cancer. Sorry to bring everybody down, but that is why we're here, drawing awareness and drawing some support to the family. So if you do want to donate, you can go on the website to GoFundMe for Ben's Warriors. If you're here, we do have raffles and a silent auction going on. We have awesome artwork. We have some Doctor Who books written by James Wilder, who is in the house, who is happy to sign the books and talk to you. And he'll be doing a Doctor Who roundtable with us later. And he's going to be reading an original story from his, is it a book? Are we calling it? A serialized book in progress that is also a podcast called 10,000 Dawns. And he held a little contest this week where he had people vote on story ideas, and the one that came up is fun and crazy, and they tortured him with it, but he wrote a story, and he's going to be reading it in a little bit. Next up, we have the League of Geeks. No, we have We Know Games. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember everything. WeKnowGames.com, which apparently is a podcast on our network, although it seems like the only times they podcast is when they come to the Blue Box and do shows, but we're going to force these guys into being successful because they're awesome, and they have fun hats. Last thing, SouthgateMediaGroup.com. That is where you can find the GoFundMe. That's where you can find past episodes of all of our shows, and you can find eventually all the shows that we're on here today are going to be on there on Live at the Blue Box. We'll probably make a page that says 2015 Podcast Marathon, and all the shows will be listed there too. So you guys trying to get your heads in there? It's kind of like photobombing. All right, boys, I'm done. The floor is yours. Our second actual Geektastic cage match. Michael versus Brandon. Go.
No. Oh gosh, we don't even have a whole half hour.
Okay, we need another chair because we're going to get Teresa up here too. Go ahead and scoot over a little bit more. Can you? Okay, cool. All right, we have, okay, check.
Check, check.
Everybody's got a mic. Cool.
Sweet.
We have raffle. Anyone that's interested, we got raffle. We got items right there. If you want to join in, buy your raffle tickets.
Let's get Teresa in here because we can't really see her over here. Okay, sure. Cool. There we go. There we go. We're good.
I have words on my face.
All right, we ready to do this?
All right, I think we're ready.
All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to the Blue Box tonight. My name is Brandon Carlson, aka the Big Fat Geek. I am the owner and editor of WeKnowGames.com.
And I am Michael Lewis. I'm the Groggy Gamer. I is sometimes co-host, and sometimes I just kind of keep to my basement and don't talk to anybody.
Pick up the mic. Get out. Pick out the mic.
Hey, I'm Andrew Thornton. I'm a occasional contributor on WeKnowGames.com. So
It's also my cousin.
Yep.
Love you, buddy.
Right back at you.
I like him, at least, just kinda.
Right back at you.
And I'm Teresa Sammons. Yo. All right. Well, I'll just have to talk loud. And that won't be hard because I am totally caffeinated. I'm Teresa Sammons, and I do a lot of stuff and bounce around here and there and play games. And yeah, known these guys for a little while, right?
Yeah, we
I think I met
we
you guys
get
about a year
to
ago.
know each other on the
Yeah.
Indie Game podcast.
Yeah.
Indie Game, the podcast.
That
Had
was
to throw back to
hysterical.
that.
And we're going to talk about video games tonight. If you guys like that, that's awesome. If not, well, then please stick around. I don't know.
We'll probably talk about something else. Why not? That sandwich was delicious.
Yeah, courtesy of the Blue Box Cafe in Elgin, Illinois. Thank you, Chris. So starting out tonight, I guess, well, we talk about video games occasionally, and we kind of jump around. It's, like I said, been a while since we've done this, so audio only. Oh, well, we're a podcast, so.
Yeah, today was actually my first time doing any live podcasting. Well, I mean, podcasting in front of people, so this is a new thing for me. And it's not so bad. I feel your looks on me. You know, that's okay, though.
We do unfortunately have a very short amount of time here, but so let's jump right into it. One of the things that we always like to do is just really quick go around the table, tell everybody what you've been playing and what you're looking forward to, and then we'll jump right into our big discussion. So, Teresa, let's start with you.
I just started ESO this week, so that's pretty cool. Been playing that, also playing some mobile games. Last time I talked to you, I was still playing Final Fantasy Record Keeper. Yeah, I'm still playing it. Playing Neko Atsumi, which is a Japanese cat collecting game.
Yep.
I know it.
Awesome. I've seen that Cream has visited my place, but I haven't snapped her yet. So I'll be getting that hopefully sometime soon. What else am I playing? That's really about it, other than Civilization 5 constantly. So, what about you?
Andy?
I've been playing a lot of Splatoon, actually. I'm actually kind of addicted to Splatoon. Anytime I can get 3 minutes for a match, I turn my Wii U on and play, you know. I've barely touched the single player, actually, and I've heard it's excellent, but
It is.
I really want to get to it. I think I've played 2 levels. It's just the online. I'm not a big online gamer. You know me. I don't play online that often, but I can't stop. Besides that, I actually just started up Lufia 2 Rise of the Sinistrals for the Super Nintendo this morning. Only played about an hour, but so far really enjoying it. It's kind of got the feel of RPGs that I like. Actually has kind of a similar vibe. It's a little like Dragon Quest, but a little different. Almost has, like, story-wise and character-wise, almost reminds me a little like Suikoden or something, which is one of my favorite games ever. So I'm really enjoying it so far.
Awesome. Michael, how about you?
Well, I actually just got into Ark Survival Evolved, which is a great game. So, honestly, I've just been spending a lot of my time yelling at things that have been dead for billions of years. I, like Teresa, have been playing a lot of mobile games because I'm kind of on the move a lot, so haven't really had a whole lot of time to play at home recently. And when I am home, you know, have the pregnant wife there, so that kind of keeps my gaming to a minimum. I'm really looking
Priorities, man.
Really looking forward to Fallout 4, though. So,
Absolutely.
I personally have been playing a lot of Rocket League, the game that has kind of taken the internet by storm. Lots of Twitch, lots of YouTube stuff. We've been experimenting with doing stuff like that, and I've kind of gotten started on streaming that. That's a lot of fun. I'm learning it. It's actually getting me into soccer, which is weird because I don't really like soccer, but I love soccer with giant rocket cars that like to fly through the air and exploding balls. It's lots of
How
fun.
could you not like that?
Exactly. That and
you only don't like that if you don't like fun.
Right? And we're gamers, so we love fun, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
So
okay.
I've also been playing a little bit of Splatoon here and there. I've actually been playing Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters because I got it for free on the Club Nintendo. Rest in peace. Yeah, I know, salty. Yeah. It was the last game. It was the last little bit of coins. So I've learned so much. Like, I used to play Kid Icarus all the time as a kid. I didn't know how to get the mallet out. I could never beat like the second level, and I'm already halfway through this game because it's like, well, I guess I better figure out how to do this. So that's it. So for me, at least. So
yeah, we didn't have GameFAQs back in the day,
That's
so
true.
you know we were what, like 12. If we didn't have a friend with Club Nintendo or something like that, Nintendo Power, we had no
Or
way of
EGM.
knowing. Yeah, or
Yeah.
EGM. Oh yeah. Can't forget about them.
I'd usually just phone a friend that had already played the game and just try to get some tips and tricks that way. And I usually got trolled by the one I would call the most. He would come up with something ridiculous. Okay, you got to do this, and he would really mess with my head.
I'm going to let you guys talk about some recent events. I need to step outside for some air really quick. I apologize. So I'll be right back.
Okay, so
sorry about that.
Well, we could talk about the rumor mill.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
talk about the rumor mill. You want to start us off?
Yeah, I was outside earlier today at a kid's birthday party talking about the passing of Iwata with one of my guy friends, and he said that all the lips are starting to come unglued now that Iwata has passed, and rumors are starting to fly about the NX. It's actually apparently in production and will be out in 14 months. So says rumor mill. I can only, let me qualify with that. And that Zelda will be coming for the NX sometime whenever it's supposed to launch September of next year for the NX. Don't know if Zelda's going to be a launch title or not. Apparently, no Zelda for the Wii U.
That is a big disappointment for me. If you were here earlier, you would have heard me going just about crazy in an argument over which was better, Mario or Zelda. And I can't believe I lost that argument.
Was it cage match?
Yes, it was Geektastic Cage
Nice.
match. And honestly, I think that I basically only lost because of the fact that there was the
More recognition of Mario.
name
maybe.
recognition of
Yeah.
Mario. That's basically it. But if you have to say which games are better, you cannot deny. Come on. But either way, that is a real big disappointment to hear that it's
Yeah.
not coming to the Wii U. I was really looking forward to it.
Maybe it's going to be a debunked rumor, but
Yeah, for me, I'm not an early adopter anymore. Like I've been, I collect games. I've collected for so many years. I have so many games to play. I feel no need to rush out at launch anymore. So if, I would pick up Zelda for the Wii U when it comes out, probably pretty early because I'm a huge Zelda fan. But if it's pushed to the NX, it could be a couple of years after it comes out before I get to play it. So
Yeah, that's an understandable
Yeah,
thing.
eventually, I'll get it, but it would be very disappointing. And you never know. Maybe they'll pull like they did with Twilight Princess on the Wii, where they still released it on GameCube, even though they brought out a Wii version. That could still happen, but if that would be really disappointing to me as well.
that's a good point. I shouldn't be so butthurt about that, but I am. I still haven't played Wind Waker.
What?
I had a
You
kid. I
do
was
have a
busy.
Wii U, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I've got
of course,
quite a
everybody
Zelda
has a
backlog.
GameCube or a Wii, so you would have been able to have it on that, and now you could have it on the Wii U.
I know.
What is your excuse, Therese?
I had a kid. That's my excuse.
I'm having a kid. I'm still making time.
Well, mine's 8 now, so I can find a little bit of time to play Zelda. And I really should. I've been wanting to go back. This is a huge undertaking. I have this dream project of starting at the chronological beginning of the whole Hyrule.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
and then play through. But
That's a lofty goal because even though Nintendo released an official timeline, if you read it, it doesn't really make sense. So
Not at all.
honestly, I'd have to say that you'd have to go with one of the fan theories about
Yeah.
how it actually goes, and that's a lofty goal right there.
There'd be a lot of fudging in which game comes first and next and whatnot.
Just keep the CDI games out of it,
Rebuild,
please.
yeah, that's not happening.
Oh come on, they're so bad that they're good.
No, they're so bad that they're
bad.
worse. But anyway.
I don't know. Some of those cutscenes are hours of fun.
So
Oh my
what's one? You said you have a really big backlog, as do I. What's like a project that you would do if you had unlimited time?
That's a good question. RPGs are my passion, but they take, they're also some of the longest games out there. And as you grow up, you have less and less time which means it's harder and harder to get to RPGs. I mean, I've probably only played through a good 3 or 4 RPGs in the last 4 or 5 years. It's just really hard to do at this point.
I hear you.
You know, I put 50 hours into Xenoblade last year, and as a kid, I would have done that in a month at most. Now it's like it took me 4 months to beat the game, and I felt like I was fighting to play it every time I could. So because I love them, I own tons of them. So if I could do anything, I would go back and try to play through my RPG backlog, especially.
Yeah.
In particular, maybe the Working Designs games. I'm a huge
yes.
I have them. I could tell you right now, if you only knew my backlog of just RPGs, I couldn't possibly finish them in my lifetime.
Yeah.
I have so many. I have almost every RPG for the PlayStation 1.
Really? I
Yeah.
ended up selling off some of my JRPGs because I just knew I was never going to get to them.
I have just about every single one for the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
I have probably about 80% of them for the PS2.
Yeah.
I don't think I could actually finish them in my lifetime.
Yeah.
No.
Especially because I really don't see being around another 10 years.
Oh, you will. Don't worry.
I just don't see it.
I reached a point where I had to say to myself, I know I'm never going to get to like the majority of these games, and I had to become okay with that. Like, you know, I not that I, you know, it's for me, it's about options. It's about when I go to play something, I know I have the option to play what I want to. You know, if I want to play, if I decide I want to play Rhapsody for the PlayStation, you know.
Amazing game.
I haven't gotten to it. I own it, but I haven't played it. But I have the choice to play it tonight if I want to.
Yeah.
You know,
What if we all lived through the big video game desert that happened? What if there's another one? You know, what if everybody screws everything? It's such a multi-billion-dollar industry. I don't think they could, but what if somebody screws up and we don't have any good video games for 5 years?
That has been a discussion that me and Brandon have had a few times over the past few years, that there's going to be just a drought. We're not going to have anything good for quite a while.
VR, there's our drought.
Well, I can see it happening and working, but actual virtual reality I don't see really coming around for quite a while. But until that time comes, I think that we're going to have a lot of people attempting it and failing it, and I think that's where our drought is going to come. A lot of video game producers are going to try to make things for that what's it called, the Oculus and things like that.
Rift. Yeah.
And we're going to see a lot of just shovelware, basically.
Yeah.
We're just going to see a whole lot of, you know, horror games that could have very easily just been a point and click game
Games
on your
without
phone.
Substance. Yeah, it'll be a fad for a while.
And that's another discussion that we were having. We were talking about, you know, fads in video games. And that's what we were originally going to talk about tonight. But Brandon just died, so we can still talk about this.
Well, you know, maybe I can cast phrase on him in a little bit.
That would be nice.
3, though.
I left all my Phoenix down at home, so that's not an option. But yes, we were going to talk about like fads in games, how all of these things are being attempted and not really implemented all that well. And we end up getting a lot of the same things over the years. You know, we see something that's really, really popular for a while, and then it just kind of fizzles out. You know, like way back when, everybody remembers Earthworm Jim.
Yes.
He was supposed to be the big thing. You know, there was going to be a huge amount of games in the series. There was a cartoon. There was talks of them actually continuing that series.
Action figures.
There was action figures.
Geez.
It was a huge thing. And all of a sudden, he's disappeared. He's just gone.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of things that we've had that have happened like that. You can go back, Conquer.
Conker's
everybody
Bad
was
Fur Day,
thinking
yeah.
Conker was going to be a big thing.
It was
Rayman.
fun while it lasted.
Rayman was huge there for a minute, and
Yeah.
then
Rayman's kind
offshoot
of made
of
a
that.
comeback though.
He's starting to, but honestly, it's just kind of one of those attempts that I don't know if it's going to
Well,
stick.
Well, I will say Origins and Legends were incredible platformers. Fantastic reviews. Actually, speaking of mobile games earlier, his mobile games have actually been really successful. Jungle Run and there's another one. Actually really fun games. I mean, I don't know if he's back, as one of the top mascots in gaming, but he's, back in the spotlight after quite a few years. I mean, from like 2000 to like 2010, from Rayman 2 until Origins, he was there were a couple of games, but he wasn't, in the spotlight at all, really.
Speaking of, mascots in gaming, there's another one that kind of reminds me. Everybody thought that he was going to just dethrone Sonic the Hedgehog and Mario. Crash Bandicoot.
I thought you were
was
going to say Bubsy.
major.
Okay, I will say Crash Bandicoot is getting play in our living room this month. So it's still
I love the
happening.
games.
He's still good, but they really did try to overhype it. I think great games, frustrating as all heck sometimes, but it doesn't. I don't know. He didn't have that hook, that universal hook that Sonic really has.
I think Crash's problem was when Naughty Dog left the series. After 3, it just never really had the same magic. I mean,
it tried to do the same thing as Ratchet and Clank almost.
Mhm.
It tried to let's bring in time travel. Let's bring in, technology. Let's
bring in
completely change
everything.
Let's change the series. It wasn't the same thing anymore, and they were trying to keep up with the times, but it was just kind of destined to fail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say, speaking of, I know we were talking about a little sidebar about Japanese RPGs we'll never play. And actually, I mentioned Working Designs, which is one of my favorite companies ever.
Yes.
Victor Ireland, who's the president of Working Designs, actually has a new company now. And they're actually going out of their way to release small-scale Japanese RPGs that normally no other company out there would even begin to touch. Small scale. They're doing actually pre-orders ahead of time. The budget, they're trying to get like 3,000 to 5,000 sales.
Yeah,
of each
I
game.
believe you've talked to me about this in the past.
I might have mentioned it. Last year or so ago, they actually released Class of Heroes 2, which was the sequel
That's
to
the one.
It was the sequel to a Atlas title that did get a U.S. release. It completely bombed. It wasn't very good, actually. At least most people I've talked to didn't
But it
enjoy
did
it
have a
much.
fan base. There were people that
Small,
were
though. It's very small.
There were people that really wanted a second one.
But really, even Victor Ireland talked about how he had a really difficult time selling the second one because he doesn't think the first one's very good. But everyone pretty much agreed the second one was much better, and he did manage to release it. They actually then managed to release a PS3 version last year. They're actually now doing a pre-order campaign, which is about to start sales next week, I believe, for Summon Night 5, which is the first numerical Summon Night. We've gotten a few of the spin-offs in America, but it'll be the first in the main series to come to the U.S.
Okay.
It's a physical PSP game in 2015, which is pretty insane.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's this long after the PSP is just kind of fallen
Yeah,
out
I mean,
of.
there hasn't been much released in about 3 years now, but he's still trying to get them out. And he said he's even got one more coming. The next one is Class of Heroes 3, which he's going to try to release physical for the PSP either late this year or next year.
I really wish he would do stuff with Steam. Oh,
Yeah, there's been some talk of that, but
I know.
But he's big on physical releases. That's what he's all about.
Yeah.
You look back to all those
Well,
working
all
designs.
his special edition
Exactly.
stuff, the Lunar Silver Star
Yeah.
story, beautiful box sets.
Absolutely.
He had great stuff going on with
And they're doing the
design.
same. They're doing the same with Summon Night 5. Actually, physical soundtrack CD, posters, and I believe there's a couple of postcards included in the set. He actually wanted to do a music box apparently to go
Did
with
you
it.
guys just feel
That
that,
would've been
tidal wave of
amazing.
nostalgia that just
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I have
Working
like
Designs is my
Lunar.
childhood.
I have Lunar 2 and
well,
Arc
not my
the
childhood,
Lad. I have those box
Maybe
sets.
teenage years.
Like
but
I have
it's
Lunar
okay.
2 with the pendants that came with it,
Oh.
Yes.
and
yes.
the hardcover art
That black
book,
book was beautiful.
I love it.
and just
I have a buddy that writes,
and they don't
best
do things like
fanfic.
that anymore. They don't, but they are starting to. And I kind of mentioned it earlier with Fallout 4. There are companies that are trying to cater to the fans that want a little bit
Yeah.
more. Granted, you're going to have to spend a bit more.
Yeah.
Like Fallout 4 is going to be shelf price is going to be $120.
Wow.
And
But you know what?
but I felt that it was worth every penny because
Yeah.
if you've played the Fallout games, one of the most iconic things in the series is the Pip-Boy. Your wrist-mounted computer.
Yeah.
Which it would monitor all your physical stats and all that. And they are releasing that with Fallout 4 for that
Is it going to be
$120.
smaller than a stinking Apple Watch? Because those things
It
are
is actually
massive.
going to be wearable on your arm
Nice.
and hold your smartphone. It will actually be able to turn your smartphone into your own personal Pip-Boy.
Wow.
Through that, you'll be able to change different things in your actual game. So you'll be able
Yeah.
to customize your power armor. I believe you'll be able to work on your structure. You can create your own house in Fallout 4.
Yeah.
In fact, you can expand it to basically make your own whole settlement. And I believe that you are actually going to be able to monitor things with that through the Pip-Boy.
Definitely cool, but for me, I almost feel like I'll probably wait till there's a physical version without. I just can't bring myself to spend $120 on a game. That's
Well,
just who
that's
I
fine
am.
because they're already sold out.
Oh,
In fact,
right.
Bethesda says that they cannot produce any more copies.
Yeah.
So they are already gone. I am thanking my lucky stars that I got mine in right away because they sold out immediately.
See, that's great when developers know their fan base, when they know their niche and they know that they've got it right there.
Yes,
listening.
definitely.
They're listening to us. They know what we want.
They're starting to.
Well, yeah,
but
the smaller
there's
ones
also
are. The big
still
guys, yeah.
well, Bethesda is one of the big guys.
Yeah.
But you look at other companies that are kind of similar that we always thought back in the day that they listened to the fans. Now we've got Capcom that just completely and utterly abandoned us. And I believe Brandon wanted to talk about this, and I wish that we could get him inside.
Yeah.
Because he knows a little bit more about it than I do. There was Kaiji Inafune had
Yeah.
left Capcom, and because of the fact that there were so many fans that were just demanding a return to the roots, we want a new Mega Man.
Yeah.
We want a new Mega Man Legends. And he is actually working on a new Mega Man, but of course he can't call it Mega Man. It's Mighty Number 9.
Right. Well, it's the same thing that happened to the original. Speaking of, a big fan base and a loyal, dedicated fan base, the people who made Harvest Moon.
Absolutely.
Natsumi
Love
owns
the
the
series.
Harvest Moon's name, but they're out there now creating a new game that harkens way back to the original, but it's under a different name. I guess you just have to know what you're looking for when the name keeps going somewhere else, but the people who made it are doing it with a whole different thing. Kickstarter, all the stuff going on with Kickstarter and all that.
Well, and that's kind of what he had wanted to talk about. The
Yeah.
fact that this game, it's called Mighty Number 9. It got completely funded through Kickstarter, but then they ended up finding another company to also fund them. So it's like the Kickstarter didn't matter. And then that was going to be a spiritual successor to Mega Man.
Right.
Now there's a Kickstarter. It only has a couple days left for Red Ash, and that's going to be a kind of a spiritual successor to Mega Man Legends, which, if you know the game, you love the game.
Yeah.
It was a great series. We only got 2 games in the series, 3 if you count the Misadventures of Tron Bonne.
Great game.
Which is an excellent, excellent game. Love it. Impossible to find now.
I got mine back in the day.
I kick myself almost every day that I think about the fact that I got rid of it.
Is that your biggest thing that you regret getting rid of, game-wise?
Well, probably. I would have to say that that's probably it right there.
You can come to my house and play my copy.
I have to drive 4 hours to get to your house.
It's worth it.
Is it worth it?
I don't know. I also have to see you to do that.
That's true.
We like to kid. It's been a long time since I've seen Andy and actually been able to converse with him on a topic like this, and I enjoy the fact that we're able to do this together again. It's been quite a while.
Too long.
Yes, too long. But anyway, back on topic. Love you, bro.
Right back at you.
Red Ash. It's got a couple days left on its Kickstarter, and it was they were asking 800,000, and they got up to, I believe, 50 or something like that, and then they ended up announcing that, we found a company to fund us. So they did it again. And much like with Mighty Number 9, Mighty Number 9 was already supposed to be out, if you've been following it, and they've pushed it back to September, and now they just announced that it's not coming out until next year.
Oh, go figure.
Well, I hate to say it, but I used to love Capcom, but they started doing things like that to their fans, and I really love Kaiji Inafune, and to find out that he's doing the same thing just kind of breaks my heart.
I'll say a lot of the hardcore Mega Man fans also, from the early preview builds, are not exactly thrilled with how the game looks so far. They think it doesn't look as smooth as a Mega Man game does.
Right.
There's been a lot of backlash, actually, which I think is part of why Red Ash kind of has had some struggles getting funding. It hasn't reached its goal yet, whereas Mighty Number 9 blew through the goal in like a day or two.
Now, looking at it, because they had something to show and they had something to promise. With Red Ash, they don't have anything to show us. They have a little concept art. They have nothing. They don't have a gameplay video. They have nothing to show us except an idea. And what I was getting at is the fact that now that it's being funded by an outside source, the people who have backed it on Kickstarter have said, okay, so what are we getting now? Are we still getting the game? Are we getting a demo? What's going on? And they have refused to answer any questions.
Yeah, they're not going to get any more funding that way.
Well, not only that, $100,000 worth of backing has pulled out. People have canceled their Kickstarter backings.
Wow.
So now it's only got about 400,000. It's probably not going to get backed now.
Yeah, they also said that now that they have outside funding, the Kickstarter donations will go towards stretch goals, which they will not clarify what the stretch goals are.
They did state that the additional funds would go towards the additional episodes, because the game is being released episodic.
Yeah.
Chapters, essentially.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. We talked about
There
that.
was going to be kind of a prequel one that they are releasing. I cannot recall the name of it. Brandon could, but again, kind of dead.
Yeah.
I guess the stretch goal is going to be that it's going to go towards the additional episodes.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of wondering, what does that mean? What will the people who have backed it
It's
get
going to be
now?
like DLC is what I was thinking it's going to be. And the chapters that they're, episode chapters, whatever, they could be super short. You never know. You never know.
Okay. Well, I'm really trying to figure out what's wrong with Brandon. I'm
You know
hoping
what?
that he's
This has been
okay.
a long podcasting day. Yeah. It's been
Okay.
a long podcasting day.
Well, it's been a long day for us. We had to drive from quite a few hours away. We had some car troubles on the road.
I heard about that.
Our other co-host Ian, his car just about literally exploded. It caught fire.
You see, this is why
Just glad we
Douglas
didn't
Adams
get out of the
always
state.
told you guys to have a towel. You could have put that fire out with a towel. You
Gotta
didn't
have
need the
a
iced
towel.
tea.
Well, yeah, that's exactly it. Brandon thankfully had his tea in his hand and put it out. Meanwhile, they're trying to figure out what's wrong. They're trying to put out a fire, and I'm backing the heck out of the way because I've got a kid on the way. I don't need to be blown to itty bitty pieces.
You know, I gotta say, you know, I never said intelligence runs in my family.
Clearly.
Oh man. See, this is why you can't make too many video games that are so close to reality. Man, reality can be a pain.
Yeah, the video games for me that if they were actually following reality, it would be pretty boring. Okay, carry this ladder, paint this wall.
For example, during the Steam Summer Sale, I went ahead and got some of the Civ 5 expansions. I didn't have Gods and Kings yet or Brave New World.
I keep forgetting how much you love the simulation games, the
I'm really
civilization
bad.
and stuff like that. I'm a fan as well, and Ian is too.
Yeah.
He's actually a huge fan. I know that you've gotten to talk to him a little bit
Yeah.
about that. He's a huge fan of like the Roller Coaster Tycoon,
Those were fun. I haven't done those in a while
but
though.
anyway, you were talking about the expansions.
Yeah, so I get this and I install it and I'm all excited. And then they have this crap about your trade routes. And then you have to propose things to the Congress, the global world Congress or whatever. And then if you propose the wrong thing, people get mad at you and go to war. And then they try to embargo whatever, like if you have cocoa beans, they're going to embargo your cocoa beans. And then you have to do all this stuff with religion. And then there's other people sending in their missionaries and converting your cities. And you know what? It was just too real. It was too real. I ended up, every time I go and play now, I go in and I go to scenarios or whatever DLC and I unclick Gods and Kings and all that other stuff. I want to do the fun stuff. I don't want to worry about whether or not my city way down here is following the Shinto religion.
Yeah, I've actually gotten so many times where I thought that I downloaded something that would just really expand the game and make it a whole lot more fun, and it's just kind of felt like it ruined it.
Well, the scenarios are really nice. I like those.
Like
Yeah.
I've played so many different things for Skyrim and Fallout.
Yeah.
And I downloaded this one that a friend of mine had suggested for Fallout. It's actually a combination mod between Fallout 3 and New Vegas. It actually combines them into one game. It's called Tale of Two Wastelands.
Sounds good.
It sounds great in theory, and honestly, it is kind of cool. Basically, it turns them into one game. You create one character, and you start either in, the New Vegas content or in the Fallout 3.
Yeah.
So in Fallout 3, you start out as a baby, and you play through the game as normal, and if you know where it is, there's this subway that you can take to get to the Mojave, and then start playing through that. So the Wanderer and the Courier are the same person with that. Great in theory, but they should have made it a lot easier to get between the two because there's no fast travel to get between the two. So if you find that subway, you're still going to have to fight through a whole bunch to get back to the subway and get through to the wasteland. It's a huge pain.
Yeah.
The good thing that it adds is the reloading benches from New Vegas. It adds those to Fallout 3. It adds the newer weapons from New Vegas to Fallout 3. The weapon scaling from the two games, how some things got more powerful. It kind of added that. And that is a great thing. And it was great in theory, but just in execution, I really wish that I would have been able to just fast travel right to it. I don't want to run through that every time I want to jump between the two.
What about you? What's the last dud that you got?
Nothing's really jumping out at me at the moment. I was going to say though, the Only simulation game I ever got that into was Sim Golf.
Sim golf.
Yeah, it was Sid Meier.
Golf.
Sid Meier, actually. You design your own golf course, and then you manage it, and you try to, build a course that people want to come play, and you run the concession stands in the clubhouse. Very similar to, a lot of Sid Meier's other games. Actually, a lot similar to like a Roller Coaster Tycoon type game, only for a golf course. I had a period of about 2 months at one point where I was absolutely obsessed with designing the greatest golf course in history. And, it's actually it comes in a lot of like the sim compilations. Like I bought a compilation that had like 5 of the sim games, and this was one of the throw-in ones. Yeah. Ended up being my favorite one in the package.
Okay. Well, we've only got like a minute left, and just a closing remark. What is the biggest thing that you're looking forward to this year, Teresa?
Animal Crossing, Happy Home Academy.
All right.
400 cards it's going to have.
Oh my gosh.
So broke.
If I had to say, I've heard mixed things out of Japan, but probably Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Okay. Well, I already mentioned Fallout 4, so I'm actually going to go with something completely different. Lego Dimensions.
Ooh.
I actually just went to Five Below earlier today and found a copy of Skylanders Giants with the portal and everything for $5.
Really?
Nice.
Unbelievable. So a few characters, the portal, the game, $5, and I ended up spending another $5 to get a new character. And so I'm actually looking forward to Lego Dimensions, especially the Doctor Who content.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, and I believe that's all the time that we have for.
Yeah.
This was the We Know Games podcast, minus Brandon for the first time ever. And me and Teresa are going to go outside and see if we can throw together an alchemy circle and bring him back. Thank you.
I'll just watch.
Thank you. You're awesome. All right,
Turned off the mic. Like you guys haven't heard enough of me. All right, we're going to do a raffle now. We have people that bought raffle tickets. If you want to get a raffle ticket, last chance to get one for this round. Anyone want to get one? Oh, you do? You do? All right, all right. Go get raffle tickets. I won't do it yet. What do we have as prizes? It's a gift card to Blue Box, a T-shirt to Blue Box, and a bike tune-up. All right. So you don't buy them from me. You buy them from Shelly over here. I want to thank a couple of people before we continue here. We've only got 2 more shows, technically. We're going to call it 3 because 10,000 Dawns is really its own show. Not me. You talk to the woman in the red shirt. Careful of the cameras. Careful of the cameras. Careful of the okay, there we go. Right here. There you go, dude. Okay, so a couple of people I want to thank here is everybody that has helped out today. How's that for a big blanket statement? All the podcasters have been amazing. It does not feel like 12 hours. You know, it really went, it does for the people listening. They've heard my voice enough, but it does not feel like 12 hours. You know what? Jerry Lewis is a punk because he would always get all sweaty and tired, and you know what? He's a punk. I could take him on. Lady. Yes, I need the tickets up here. I do want to thank Shelly, who is my neighbor from when I was a kid, who I played with when we were kids, who came out and helped us today. She has been a godsend. We had podcasters traveling from all over the country, believe it or not, well, the Midwest. They came out here today and did shows. I can't thank them enough. I can't thank Blue Box enough. I can't thank William and Jacob, our video guys that, if you haven't noticed, are playing video games the whole day. But that's okay. They still ran YouTube and Google Hangout and everything else. We got more. Okay, don't put it in my latte. What else do we have here? Jenny for being Twitter girl today. Jenny's a super fan who has joined our team. So congratulations, Jenny. You're part of the team. and everybody else. I mean, this has just been really great. So thank you. Those of you at home, you can still donate to Ben's Warriors, which is what we're doing here. We're raising funds for Ben on our website, which is southgatemediagroup.com. You can go either there to the homepage and donate, or you can go right to the Podcast Marathon page, which is the same thing, southgatemediagroup.com/Podcast Marathon 2015. And you can donate to the GoFundMe on there. That is one way. There's also like email confirmation or email contact and everything. Maybe I'm getting tired on there. And they do take checks that way. So people that want to send stuff, you can get information from them about where to send checks if you want to do that. The shows we did today will be produced into podcasts, which will be on iTunes and Stitcher and Podbean and Podomatic and everywhere else. And they will be on the website at that same page. So Podcast Marathon 2015, southgatemediagroup.com, Podcast Marathon 2015. Yeah. All right. Are we ready? I was vamping. All right. So here we go. We've got raffle tickets. Get your raffle tickets out, everybody. I'm mixing them up, and I'm not going to look. Oh, we got one more. He needs this one. I didn't lose it. This is yours, dude. Hold on to it. Hold on to it in case I call the number. All right. Are we ready? Here we go. First prize, what are we giving away? A Blue Box gift certificate and a T-shirt. And if it doesn't fit you, I bet Chris and Kathleen will make a deal and get you the right size. 484. My mom wins. Yeah, nepotism. Dad, what's your ticket number? Oh, a $78 value on the bike tune-up. Mom, if you win this, I need a bike tune-up. Uh-oh, she might win. 485. Is it her? She doesn't win it if it's her. 485? New number. Sorry, lady. No way is that happening. 488. Oh, excellent. On the bike tune-up. Do we have anything else, or is it just the two prizes this time? Wait. Okay, you know what? Let's draw another one. Martha, see if you can find something for her. But let me see if I can draw the bike tune-up for somebody. This will be the last one. We'll see what happens. $491. 491. You won! Yeah! Bike tune-up. You see the lady in blue. That's Martha right there. Yeah, we won. So, oh, that's a good choice for her. You won James Wilder's book. Yes. And you get it signed. And if you come over here, I'll spill coffee on it. In fact, here's my gift to everybody. I'll be happy to spill coffee on anything. We have more raffle. The next raffle is going to be we're going into the Doctor Who portion of the evening.
We have a Doctor Who book of poetry. It's a poem. It's a poem of from every episode for the entire 50 years. Written by James, and he will sign it. And this is artwork from the Satrin sisters who were here earlier, and it's all the doctors.
Yes, it's so nice.
Start at $5 for one.
Each ticket is $5. Please be generous. This is all going for Ben, and these are really awesome prizes. And if you'd like to sample the book, you bought the book. You can read only a couple pages. It'll cost you after that. That's right. All right, so anyone that wants tickets, $5 a ticket. See Martha, see Shelley. All right, let's start. We're doing the Doctor Who round table. And who's on this one? James, Molly, Teresa. Nope, those tickets are gone. I will go to the side. You can go in here. Molly, come join us in the middle.
Molly.
Chris Mao.
I'm in.
Yeah.
All right, the star of the show. Here, you want one of these while we're doing this? All right.
Nathan can join for me. So if you want. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, everything all right? You didn't see the raffle prizes for this hour?
Yeah. If you didn't see the raffle prizes for this hour, you can see them up close here. But they are both amazing. So we've got waving over here.
Go get money from my purse from Echo.
Yes, go get money from her purse. She just donated $400 in tickets.
How many tickets would you like?
This.
Whatever I got money for. Okay.
There we go. And Doctor Who Roundtable. Nathan, join us. And
Been a while.
here's the deal, guys. I don't think you need me.
What?
I'm going to start.
Might need you to fix that.
Yes. I'm going to start you off just to introduce, but then really, who needs me, right?
Then you're gonna ditch us.
Leave us all alone.
Wait a minute. What time is it? Sorry, everybody. We've gotten unprofessional in the 0 hour.
First time in like 3 months. I'm so excited. Work is annoying. It takes up too much time.
Then we'll have plenty of time for your story. Okay, so here's the deal. This is a Doctor Who roundtable. We're actually doing it as part of Cuckoo for Who, which is one of our shows, the one that Molly named and Molly created as a fan of Doctor Who. So this is really Molly's roundtable, but I have a feeling Jim is going to be running it.
Yeah, I think you're gonna run it.
So go ahead and introduce yourselves and then just jump in. I don't know what you want to talk about, but talk Doctor Who, geek out. My starting point, you can take questions, but I would like to hear what you think is going to happen this season because there has been so much stuff going around, things, Missy, deaths, Osgood, all of it. So I'm out. Let's start introducing with right here.
All right. I'm Teresa Sammons, and I watch a lot of Doctor Who.
Which one? This one works? Okay. Hi, I'm Nathan Chesterfield. I also watch a lot of Doctor Who, and I usually dress up and dance around as Matt Smith and David Tennant and all the doctors because it's fun.
I'm Molly Southgate, and I'm on a lot of podcasts.
As you should be.
I'm James Wilder, and I'm the author of An Eloquence of Time and Space, the Doctor Who unofficial 50th anniversary poetry book.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
So-
where should we start? We're marathoning Who in anticipation of the next season.
Mhm.
Where did we leave off? We are Clara's really getting started pretty good with Matt Smith. She's not in the Dalek anymore. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. I just have to talk loud.
Loud.
It would help if I talked low.
Low.
But unfortunately,
Oh, no,
well,
that sounds
fortunately,
good.
I'm not sick, so I don't have a low voice. She's not a nanny anymore. She's living in her normal home. She hasn't met the pink guy yet. The pink guy.
Good.
Danny Pink.
Yeah, Danny. So we haven't quite gotten there. But we're going through and trying to get everything back together in our heads. And we started at Eccleston. I think we started this about 2 months ago, and we've been burning through them. I mean, burning.
You have made quite a lot of progress. I've just been marathoning
So,
series.
If you've gotten all the way from
8.
Eccleston to like series 7
Yeah.
or 8.
Yeah.
We
That's
are.
insane.
We are. We only have. I think this is the last season with what's his name? Yeah, with Smith. Then we move on to Eyebrow Man. I really like Eyebrow Man. I
Attack
like
Eyebrows.
him.
I like him too.
Yes.
Yeah. Matt Smith is my doctor, but I like Capaldi a lot.
Yeah.
I think he's
Smith
doing a
is my-
fantastic job.
Yeah, I'm like you. I like Matt Smith and Capaldi, but Matt
So-
Smith is my favorite.
I agree with you.
He's
High
my
five.
first.
There we go.
So I'm not sure what's going to be happening this season. I'm a little, of course, I've watched everything up through current, but now that I've gone back in time, my head is trying to forget everything that I saw.
Well, I'm really excited about this season. I'm so pumped for more reasons than, well, no, probably about as much reasons as we can talk about here. But first off, this season is going to have more women writing for the show than ever before writing solo scripts in the history of Doctor Who in one season.
Awesome.
There have been some other seasons that had the same number of women writers, but they were co-writing scripts, not, one person writing a script. So that's cool. I'm a fan of this.
Yeah.
Um, Missy's
agree.
back. We have
Oswald's back.
That is my favorite part of this season.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why, but I really, really, really love Osgood. I don't know why, but she's just that one character that I want to stay around as long as possible.
My dad does too.
When she when we found out that she might have maybe died, I was really scared and I kind of cried for about half an hour
Like
after
for
the
the
episode was
50th
over.
time, she's almost died.
Yeah, but now
My
she's
dad
actually,
did that.
now she's
Yes.
actually like back and she's here for at least one episode, if not two, this
Uh-huh.
season. So I am happy for that. I hope she stays around for longer than an episode this time before getting killed again.
Yeah.
She's pretty good as far as a companion goes. My
I think
favorite
so.
is Donna. She was
Oh,
just,
she was good.
oh, that woman was on
Well,
it.
Osgood isn't really a companion. I mean, she's just shown up in the 50th and Death in Heaven, Dark Water.
Yeah.
I
So-
think she should be.
Yeah, I mean, the Doctor made the
Yeah,
offer
it's
to her
true.
I
and she
think one of
died.
the reasons that they brought her back was
Yeah.
she is the. If they put a Whovian in the show, that's who she is. Like she is basically what a Whovian
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
if the Doctor
Yeah.
actually existed in that universe.
Yeah.
So
But
I feel like they brought her back with the intention that maybe she can be the companion if Clara leaves.
well, the
Because I feel like
doctor,
that'd be hysterical.
the doctor has taken along so many co-companions. That's something that I didn't really think about until we've been marathoning all the past stuff. Man, he's brought a lot of people along. He brought Rory's dad, for crying out
That
loud.
was awesome.
Yeah, he was really
Yeah.
good. I
Arthur
loved him in
Weasley.
that. I know, he's awesome.
That's the best.
But I don't.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to say I'll be disappointed if Osgood doesn't come along with him and Clara. I think it should happen.
I would say so, because I will admit that I really want Osgood to be a companion, mainly because she could make all of the jokes that we want to make about the show in the show.
Yes.
And then we would it's even funnier that way. The one thing that I'm kind of banking on, though, is for this series or within the next couple of series, for them to finally get a male companion and do it right.
Again.
Like Rory.
Well, here's the thing. With Rory,
Oh, yeah.
at first with Rory didn't really come into his own until like later in the episodes he was in. And I
Yeah.
love Rory. But
And Mickey.
it was still more the Doctor and Amy show, but Rory's just kind of there. And the same thing kind of happened with Danny Pink. He was just kind of there to be a character with Clara, not with the Doctor.
Yeah.
So like I feel like he
So,
needs
yeah, I mean,
his
that was the
companion
point of his character,
to be
though,
just
but-
one
Right.
guy. And then it takes out the love thing, so that's not a distraction anymore. It makes for strong, like I don't want to say like bromance, but just stronger friendships, I guess. It would be an interesting thing because up until this point, almost all of the full-time companions have been, young.
You know what?
They should just bring Jamie back.
I'm
Just
going
have
to
a
say,
guy to
he
kill.
was awesome. I loved his kilts. I'm going to say 2 words. Captain Jack.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
I
lose,
want
okay,
him back.
So I lose because I forgot Jack. I'm sorry.
And Mickey. I mean, Mickey was cognizant that he was kind of being treated like this,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think
piece of chopped liver.
I think he was the first person to realize that that's what was
Yeah.
going on. Because then the
Yeah.
other, like Rory and Danny don't really recognize it. They just kind of butt heads with the Doctor because they can, but they don't really say that they know why. I guess Mickey kind of pointed it out. He's like, yeah, he's always gonna be first,
Danny
you
says
know?
pretty clearly why. I mean, that's his whole modus operandi is he sees the Doctor as being a hypocrite who orders around people and controls people
A
and then
general.
says that, a general. He sees him as a
That's
general.
exactly what he said in it.
There you
and
go.
see, there's a lot
You got
of
the quote.
truth in that
Yeah.
too. And you had to give Danny Pink
Mhm.
that. He saw the Doctor in different eyes. than I guess what fans would see him as. And he's not always an appealing character.
No.
I was about to talk about that actually, because at first when he went out, I didn't really like how they did it. Because when he was the Cyberman, he says something along the lines of like, the doctor like tries to thank him for saving the world. And he says, no, I was saving Clara, the rest of you got lucky. And it comes across as really snarky and kind of mean.
I didn't see it that way.
I just watched the episode a couple days, and he says something along the lines
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
I'm
but
saving
no,
Clara. It comes across kind of snarky. And then I like how they did it in the Christmas episode where he like gets to talk to both of them, and he basically says like, you know, I understand that you two need to be with each other, so go ahead and do what you need to do. And it was kind of a nice ending. It wasn't as much of like it wasn't as harsh, I guess. So I like that.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to kill the conversation.
Okay. Yeah, we're all just sitting here like, where are we going next with this?
Hey, so you guys know that the director of Blink, Hetty McDonald, is coming back to direct the opening 2 episodes.
I did not know that. That is news to me.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to seeing Hetty's direction because, I mean, Blink. Do I need to really explain this more?
No,
yeah.
basically the best modern episode of the show.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people think. I mean, it's
If
probably
it's not,
popular
it's
opinion is
definitely like up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
At
yeah.
least, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say for sure.
Eh,
yeah.
maybe top 3.
I
Without
think
the
it's-
doctor.
I think the reason people are so partial to it is, one, it's one of the first strong episodes that Moffat wrote. And second off, it introduced the Weeping Angels, who I'm pretty sure nobody can disagree with. They're probably the creepiest monsters in the entire universe.
I
for
can
the show.
disagree.
What's up?
I can disagree. They're
Go ahead.
not creepy. I think the ones that they only add on for a little while, they make those super creepy.
You know,
I think so.
They kind of in Rory and Amy's Swan Song episode, they really kind of gave a nice touch to the angels that they let their victims live out a somewhat nice ending. I mean, you know, in the hotel, it's not the worst thing ever.
It is kind of heartbreaking though.
Yeah, it really is.
Especially with Rory, that was probably one of the hardest things to
Oh,
watch that
when he was
season.
old
the
and
biggest
Amy went in.
tearjerker. Go ahead.
When he was old and Amy went in, and he was just like, Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
here."
That one was hard, but the hardest one was the web released special where Rory's dad found out.
Oh.
I never saw that.
I know.
Well, they never had the chance to.
I never saw that. That's a thing?
They didn't get the chance to film
no.
it. So all it is,
Yeah.
it's
No.
like a. It's basically storyboards and
Yeah.
with Rory's voice recorded over a letter he's reading. You
Yeah.
need to go watch it. You'll cry.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
want to cry.
You'll-
No.
oh.
Do you know the Futurama episode with the dog?
Oh.
That's this.
Oh no.
That's this. That it was that. It was
I'm
that
gonna cry.
emotive for
I'm
me.
crying just thinking about it, man.
No onions. What are you doing back there with onions?
That's
Stop
not
it.
okay. That's not okay.
No, I
It's
cannot
more
watch
not
that.
okay than you probably
And we
think.
kill the room.
Oh,
This is what TV does to you.
yeah.
Yes.
You know what? It's good. It's good. This is why we watch it.
Yeah.
We watch it for that human experience. And I think that they've done a really good job bringing out the humanity in Doctor Who. And that's why he keeps coming back to Earth. That's, you know, always been the thing. I think that one of the last episodes I watched, she had some line where there's nothing, it seemed like there's nothing more interesting to him than human beings.
We're pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, we're all we know, so, you know.
So,
Who's the character?
Maisie Williams
the girl
from Game of Thrones.
she's going to be in the episode. And at the end of the trailer, she says, like, what took you so long, old man? And he looks at her like, you. And it's like, oh, so it's someone he's met before,
Yeah.
hopefully.
But
But Moffat said something yesterday where he's like, it's not somebody we've met.
What if
But
it's,
how many times has he lied, even with saying
Yeah.
Osgood was dead?
What if it's like his great granddaughter or something?
I thought it was going to be Susan.
Well,
I mean, she's been
oh,
out of
yeah,
the
she
show.
could reincarnate.
She's been
Or not
out of the show
reincarnate, but
since
regenerate.
the first season with William Hartnell, and everyone has wanted her to come back. And she is a Time Lord, so she can regenerate. Hopefully,
Is she a Time Lord or is she Gallifreyan?
she was a Time Lord.
She's
like
a
her
Time
father
Lord.
was. Her
Yeah.
grandfather was. So I'm assuming she was.
I haven't watched all of her episodes, so I'm not sure.
Well, wait. Honestly, I don't. Now that I think about it, I don't think they really made it clear whatsoever in
Jenny,
any way.
what if it's Jenny?
I was thinking the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Except there's one problem.
What's that?
Well, at least in my experience, because I watched that episode again not too long ago.
Yeah.
And at the end of the episode, when she like comes back from like the dead, she does regenerate and like come back to life, but she's still in her body.
Well, yeah,
So
but
I
she
don't
was
know
in,
if she can fully regenerate, or since she's half human, she can just like kind of.
She
Regenerate.
wasn't half human though, and they established it with David Tennant that within the first
No, she's
few.
not half human.
Yeah, she's not half human.
Yeah, because they
No,
just
she is
stole his
not.
DNA. She's
Yeah,
like,
but-
all Doctor Who.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
She's all the Doctor.
But they established at the beginning of David Tennant's run that Time Lords within the first few hours of their regeneration can still like heal body parts back and that sort of thing.
Yep.
And it still gave off that sort of energy. And so they did that same thing with River Song. She got shot with bullets,
That
but
is
she had
true.
just regenerated, so she was okay.
Yeah, they did that with David Tennant when he was regenerating.
He lost his hand, yeah.
Yeah.
They did the hand. They also did something else with him too.
He got shot by a Dalek and he regenerated into himself.
Yeah. Or he was still in his regeneration cycle, so
Yeah.
it didn't bother.
He basically just said like it kind of counts, kind of doesn't, and then it ended up counting. So,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
Susan and Jenny sound like our top two picks.
I'm gonna have to go with the unpopular opinion. I'm probably thinking that it's gonna be a totally new character, and
Could be.
well, one of the reasons I'm thinking this is actually this is kind of a segue here practically, but the structure of this season is going to be a little bit different in that they're bringing back two-parters and they're doing it in a big way.
Yeah.
The first episode is a two-parter. There are two more two-parters that aren't by Moffat. It's ending with a two-parter. And then the episodes that look like they're standalones in there, the names of the episodes, even though they're written by different people, the first and second episode, they're really similar names. So one's
Okay.
like one is called the Girl Who Died, and the second episode right after is called The Woman Who Lived.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I thought that was one of the two parters, or is that
Yeah,
wrong
that's
then?
well, it's unclear. They're written by different people, so we're not sure yet. Maybe
'Cause
it's a two-parter written
I'm pretty
by
sure.
two
Are those
different
the
people?
episodes that Maisie Williams is
Yes.
coming in? Okay.
Yes.
Maybe
Yeah.
she's the girl who died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Well, what other Time Lords do we know? The Master, perhaps?
No, Missy. Missy's
Missy.
coming back.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The Ronnie.
Everyone thought. I honestly thought that Missy was going to be the Ronnie. I didn't think they were
Romana.
going to go the female regeneration route with the Master, but I have to admit, I ended up liking it a lot more than I did. I thought
Yeah.
it was done.
Yeah.
It was done very well. And the thing that caught me about it, and this is cool for setting up a possibility of a female Doctor, is when he talks to her, he never acknowledges that she's a woman now. He just talks to Missy like she was the old Master that never regenerated. Like they're the same.
Yeah.
Like she's just a person. It doesn't matter if she's a he or a she. They're a Time Lord. It's the Master. It's the same person.
You know,
So it's cool.
Yeah, and that's a wonderful thing that I love with how they've made Gallifreyan culture different than
Yeah.
human culture is it's not like specifically canonical, but it's strongly implied in a bunch of episodes that Time Lords don't recognize each other by their faces. There's all these little bits where like the
Yeah.
Doctor will do something like change his clothes or his costume and expect people to not recognize his face. And it's happened a couple times, most recently in The Caretaker, where the
Oh,
he
yeah.
puts on that
just
costume.
just the brown jacket
Yeah.
instead.
He changed his coat.
Yeah, and Gallifrey, in the old show, what you wore denoted what class you were and what job you had in their society. And so, because everyone changes their face and regenerates all the time, it's like, who cares what your face looks like? That's
Yeah.
not how you tell
You're the
who's
same
good.
person.
Yeah.
It's how he recognizes like the Master when they come back, because he knows like even when he meets the first Master from the modern series, the guy who dies and immediately regenerates into John Sim, he knows that he knows him from somewhere and he seems familiar, but he doesn't get it until he regenerates and he's like, oh, I know now.
Well, I thought it was, didn't he see his watch fob and then
The
he
watch was how he
realized-
recognized
Yeah, and the watch hid him from being able to figure out what Time Lord he was. So
Yeah.
it's-
Because Jack recognized the watch and then he gave it to Martha and Martha's like, Doctor, look at this. He's like, oh no.
Oh no.
Didn't they establish with Sarah Jane that the companions only see them as the Doctor, which is the regeneration television that they saw. Like Sarah Jane Newman, Matt Smith was a doctor, and I thought she said that she saw him as John Pertwee.
I don't think so, because she saw David Tennant as David Tennant
I think
when
that
she first met him.
she acknowledged that he was regenerated as a younger guy.
Yeah.
I think it's
I don't
just one
know.
of those.
I thought she always knew it was, but that maybe I'm
It might have been when he said that he was John Smith or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might just be metaphorical too, because I mean, even we say that we see somebody and you don't look a day different or anything. You know, like
Yeah.
we see people differently.
But she
even though
did
other
figure
people
him
might,
out
you know.
really quick. Yeah.
Because she didn't recognize David Tennant in that episode until she saw the TARDIS and turned around and saw him, and then she's like, "Oh, it's you." So it is you.
I always felt that she picked up on the way that he looked at her.
I think so.
That's what I got out of the episode.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bow ties are cool.
Bow ties are very cool.
They
I wish
are
I was wearing
awesome.
one.
I wish I was wearing a fez.
Fezzes are also cool.
I wish you were wearing
over
a
there.
fez too.
I wish I was wearing that hat.
Oh, you can wear it if you want to. do you want to?
Yeah. You want to wear it? Put it on.
Do
See
it.
what it
Okay.
looks like.
Our ratings just went up. Yes.
A very young Ginny Weasley. I
Awesome.
love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it doesn't fit.
So I have a question, and I don't know if this has been confirmed or not, but since they've been in
Right.
all of the most recent series, do you guys think that Jenny Vastra and Strax are going to come back this season?
Of course.
Because they played a pretty big part in last
I
season's
want them
opener,
to.
and I know they've been in multiple episodes with Matt Smith, and then obviously they came back for Capaldi, and everyone loves them.
Yeah.
So do you think they'll be back?
I hope so.
Yeah. I don't know. They might. If they're doing so many two-parters, they might be back.
I
Yeah.
think so.
It was really cool though, going back and rewatching and seeing the first appearance of Madame Vastra
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and Jenny. I really enjoyed watching that. I was like, there are so many things that I was like, I missed that the first time through until 3 seconds later. And now I'm sitting there watching, like, oh, there were
Yeah.
clues way early.
You know,
Yeah.
Here's a question off of that. Do you think that it's pretty clear they're probably going to come back just because they're so popular. But do you think the episode they're in will be set in Victorian times again? Because after the Good Man Goes to War, every time they've met them, they've always started in Victorian
Paternoster,
London. They left in
I think
Name
so.
of the Doctor.
I think so.
but-
This being a British show, Victorian England is such a popular part of their literary culture. I think we're going to see more of it. I don't think they're done with it. I'm definitely
Yeah.
not done with it. And
Yeah.
Sherlock is going back too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I actually had an idea about the Victorian thing, and the reason that I brought it up was if you look at the end of the trailer really closely, and you look at Maisie Williams, she's wearing like a mask and a hat, and it looks like a Victorian-ish kind of style dress from what you can see of it.
Ah.
So I was wondering if she was in the same time as they were, and maybe that was something, or maybe she's just wearing that. I don't know, but
Maybe.
that was where I thought of it. I was like, oh, maybe they'll be back.
Well, it's a crime to have a TARDIS and not go to Victorian England,
obviously.
at least
Yeah.
once a season. It's got to happen. And they've got, we'll just think of it from production standpoint, they've got these sets, they've got these costumes.
yeah.
This stuff, they've got this stuff down pat.
Easy.
So it's maybe it's a trope like the Wild West used to be, I guess, for the U.S.
Oh.
I don't know. What's our? I don't even know that we have an equivalent that's so very popular
Well,
in America.
Oh man. I mean, I guess everyone's excited with just like space and stuff now.
yeah,
Like,
the
space
Wild
aliens.
West is the closest historical
what?
thing we
Yeah.
have.
I guess
the
so, yeah.
space
We don't really have
cowboy.
one.
The space cowboy thing that could be.
Yeah.
We've got Star Wars, we've got Star Trek, we've got Firefly, we've had
Even
you know,
Cowboys and Aliens. It's an
Take
actual
my
movie.
love,
It's a good
take
movie.
my-
Yeah.
Doctor Who.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah, he could be a cowboy.
He could
I wear a
regenerate into a
Stetson now.
cowboy.
Stetson's a cool.
Stetsons are cool.
Indeed. I was waiting for someone to make that. I was waiting for someone to make that joke.
He'll regenerate into a cowboy.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. And we've had some Wild West ones, kind of.
Oh yeah.
The one with
Count of
Yeah.
Mercy was really good.
that really
Yeah.
was a very solid episode.
Mhm. Even for just a one-off villain, it was.
It is a great sci-fi story at its
Oh,
essence.
yeah.
I just yeah. I liked watching that one again.
Anybody have a question, or can I ask another one?
Go ask another
All right,
question.
I hate asking all the questions, so
No,
I figured
it's-
I'd ask this time.
I've asked.
I ask
so-
a question to ask a question.
Yeah, ask a question.
So I guess just kind of for like a more general thing, what are your guys' favorite episodes from Modern Who to this point? I know that's kind of a big question, but I figured like since we're talking about all these episodes we like and all the Doctors we like, and I figured you guys maybe have a favorite.
Oh, that is a loaded question.
Well, if you're going to ask me to pick one
Start down there.
favorite, then I guess I'll have to go with Vincent and the Doctor.
Oh,
just
man.
because, I mean,
Yeah.
as my top, there's like no choice because stuff like lines from that episode. I
It's
mean,
so quotable.
yeah,
It's
no,
so
and I mean, I
brilliant.
know people who that episode is like literally not like has literally saved their life because just the good lines and bad lines thing. You know,
Yeah.
help people I've known who've been battling depression. That episode has done so much.
Yeah.
Like I can't not put it up there because it's had like real life positive impact. It's like okay, it's good. You're on the top. Anything
Yep.
else, fine.
Yeah.
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 So that's top. I like a lot of other things, obviously.
It was such a tearjerker, especially when he gets back to my
when he
I
gets to
cry
Modern
every
Times.
time.
When he gets to Modern Times and the guy says, "Oh, I love your work. You're
And-
my favorite artist."
Yeah.
It's just oh man.
And then when the docent, played by the guy who played Sluggy Bartfast, realized, he was like, "Is it?" And then no.
He kind of like shakes it off. He's like,
Yeah.
what?
Shake it off. Shake it off.
Episodes they wasted him who's playing the docents and could have been a more difficult character.
Oh, but he was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I think that's definitely a character that he could revisit, though. Because I think it
Yeah.
would be an interesting dynamic to see him revisit him without Amy.
Yeah. Oh, that
Yeah.
would be heartbreaking.
It'd be so sad,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I think it
you
would
have
be
to
interesting.
tell him that Amy died, and dude.
I'm sorry. I'm
Maybe he was really gonna live before, and then Amy didn't realize that the Doctor went back with another companion, broke his darn heart, and then he didn't. Oh no, but it wouldn't. That wouldn't hold water, though.
Probably not.
The whole it had.
They'd have
nothing
to have
do
a
with
really
Amy.
good story to bring him back.
Yeah.
Like
But
they
it-
would have to need him to be there.
Yeah, his life had nothing to do with Amy, other than she was a great bright point.
Oh, yeah.
But he was suffering from an illness.
Mhm.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
just. Yeah, I think it has to kind of stay there with that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
anybody
that's
else have
one
favorites?
I don't want them to revisit just because it's fine the way it is.
Yeah.
Just-
Don't ruin something
Yeah.
that isn't broken.
yeah.
Mine was gonna be the 11th hour, but James kind of broke it
Oh
with the Vincent Van Gogh episode.
Yeah.
I just love both of them. It's kind of hard to choose.
They
Fair
are
If I
both
was
great episodes.
forced to choose, I would have to choose the Vincent Van Gogh.
Fair enough. Two Vincents.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I don't think that I can disagree with that, but I don't know. Angels Take Manhattan was really,
Oh,
really
that was
Alright.
good.
that might.
Okay, I have three.
Oh, I don't
now.
want to have to choose, but
Yeah.
I think that might be it.
For me, I don't know why it is, but it's a two-parter. It's one of the only two-parters they've done, and I keep watching it over and over because I just love it. It's the Impossible Astronaut Day of the Moon episodes.
Yes.
Those were good.
I don't know why, because overall I thought season 6 was kind of wonky, but those two episodes by themselves are so strong. And they have such cool characters, like Kenton Everett Delaware III is
Yeah.
one of the coolest characters they've ever brought in, mainly because he's Crowley from Supernatural. But
Well, he is in
Thank you.
everything.
Someone else.
He's in
I actually-
Star Trek.
because I had seen Supernatural, and then I watched that episode for the first time, and I'm like, is that Crowley? But he's American now, and I'm like, it was so weird. But that episode overall, it's just episodes, I guess. It's a two-parter, but those were just so good to me. I can't get enough of watching them over and over because there's so many little hints to like even stuff that happens in like the 7th season, like the end of Matt Smith, and like there's so many references to things and like setup. It's just a great double part.
Yeah, I have
know
to
my
give
favorite.
I have to give big props to When a Good Man Goes to War.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good episode.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And the scene where Rory is in front of the aliens, and then in the background, everything explodes. He's like, do I have to explain myself? Do you want me to repeat this?
A question from the doctor and a question from me. Where is my wife?
Yeah.
Yep.
Would you like me to repeat the question?
Boom. Okay, so since we're getting down to our last few minutes here, what then was our favorite episode from Series 8, the latest one with Peter
Oh,
Capaldi?
man.
I have to look at the list again.
I would say either Mummy on the Orient Express or The Heist. Heist was so cool, mainly because like it was so unexpected. I mean, Mummy on the Orient Express was creepy enough, but I think I would have to give it to Heist because it's a species we'd never seen before, and it was a really cool idea for a new alien. And the whole episode, you had no clue what was going on until the very end, and you had to be so good to try to figure it out and get it all right. And when you finally figured it out, it was just like that is the coolest thing. And it was so well done. It's a good mystery. It's really properly cool.
Yeah. I really like The Mummy, though.
Yeah, was that your favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that yours too, Molly?
I think I liked the last episode. That two-parter at the end. That I liked that episode a lot. And then I liked the first episode.
Deep breath.
And that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked. Well, that was my favorite too. The Death in Heaven, Dark Water two-parter.
It was pretty strong.
I adored that, especially. I mean, it has one of those lines which I just think is one of the best lines in all of Doctor Who. The, you betrayed me, Clara. You let me down. Then why are you helping me? Well, why do you think that I cared about you so little that betraying me would make a difference?
Yeah.
I was just like,
I love that line. Go to hell.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Wait, where are you going? I said we're going to hell.
I love that.
I'm
Yeah, we're
telling
going.
you,
Let's go. Let's go save
having
it.
a nice, seasoned actor as the Doctor,
Uh-huh.
I am digging Capaldi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very solid.
He is
And
a very good
He
doctor.
pulled that off so well. Well, he grew up with it. He was a fan. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it's
Oh.
crazy.
Can I take my answer back really quick?
okay, yeah, we're just basically last thing here. Go.
I like Listen.
I love Listen.
Listen is fantastic.
Oh my
And
gosh.
fun fact, I actually used the opening monologue from Listen for an audition I did for a show, and I got a part because of that. Because my
Nice.
director I had was like, "You're a Doctor Who fan." I'm like, "Yes, I am. You got a part." Cool.
Yeah, good. Yeah,
It was pretty fun.
I thought Listen was my favorite until the two-parter at the end, and I'm like,
So sorry for changing my
no,
answer.
no, it's great. Well,
I have to change my answer for the in general.
yeah.
No one knows. It's all great.
What?
The last
season was
episode with
awesome.
Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, sad face.
Sad face. All right. Well,
That one's my favorite.
you have good taste.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are
That is
out
the
of
beat.
time here.
All right.
Goodbye.
Good. All right. So it's been a
Thanks,
pleasure
everybody.
talking to all of you.
Bye.
Thank you for listening.
Excellent, Doctor Who Roundtable. You guys rocked the house. Thank you. All right.
Robot
Couple
of
of quick-
Sherwood. I have to change my answer.
Too late.
I have to change my answer for the second question. It's Robot of Sherwood. That was my favorite.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
like 3 hours from now, and someone's gonna be like, "Wait, I changed my answer."
Yeah.
All right. I am. We've got the raffle going. If you want in on the raffle, we've got the print and we've got the book. It's $5 a ticket for raffle tickets, and James will sign his faux show.
Faux show.
All right, William, we've got an alert on there again. Okay, so thank you guys, Nathan.
very
Thank
much.
you,
I will step
Molly,
back.
James. James is up next. Right. I'm just doing some announcements. We're going to call it 2 more shows, but because I'm missing part of my finger, this is more appropriate. It's really 1 and a portion of a show. James is going to explain his thing in a second, and then we're going to end with Doctor Who Edition Super Fight. Before we do that, though, Martha, are we drawing these? Okay, so last chance. If anyone wants in on that raffle, last chance. There are still a few items out in the silent auction. If you want to get in on that, now is the time. And Thank you, everybody at Meerkat. We've got an alert again on there. Thank you to everybody at YouTube and everything. Whew, man. So, okay, are we ready to draw? Here comes Molly with the numbers. She wants to win, so watch. They're all going to be her tickets. Yes. All right. Wait. I want to change my answer one more time. All right, let's see. I'm mixing them up. That was tough competition, too. That's right. Hey, Molly. Nerd. Yeah. Yep. And we love it. That's right. We love it. All right. First ticket. Everybody get your tickets out. 498. Wait. Which one is it? Say it before somebody claims. Which one is it? Hold it up. Book first. 498. Chris won. He wants the picture. He wants the picture. You know what? Wait. You want the picture. This goes back in. Fair enough? So you get a chance at the picture. Yeah, right. If I know it's good for me, I'll call the Satrin twins and we'll get you one, right? All right. I just drew another one. 498. No, I'm kidding. 501. Ironically, the jeans I have on. One laugh. 501 is Chris.
Are you kidding?
Wait. Here we go. 493. Ironically, the pants I haven't. Wait, you won, lady? She won? Call another number, lady. Yeah, no, you don't have to give it to Molly. We're going to get Molly one. All right.
Goodbye, everybody.
495. Jenny won. Yes, I thought for sure Michael was going to win. He wants to win it so badly. All right, this is it for the picture. $497. Very good. All right. Did we give everything away for that raffle? Marth, is that it for the raffle? Is that it for the raffle? Can I dump these? I think it just went in my latte. Oops. Nope, it didn't. It went in something else. All right. So let me stop and start. So before we get to Super Fight, I'm going to talk to James for a second. Okay. Or Jim.
Hello.
We're going to call you James because that's our formal writer name.
Yes.
So,
get all special.
Chris and I, Martha too, but Chris and I were together when we met James at a Comic-Con. And here's this guy standing there in Doctor Who cosplay with his books of poetry, where he had written a poem for every single episode of Doctor Who and Torchwood and Sarah Jane Chronicles and the webisodes, and you have a problem.
I do. I can't stop.
And then we got into conversation, and he admitted he's thinking about doing every Star Trek. You, sir, have a problem. This is an intervention. Who wants to go first? Okay, so your poems are great.
Yes. Okay.
Why?
Why are my poems great?
No,
This
why?
is just-
Why?
Well, I
How
happen
did
to be
this
the most
happen?
talented man.
How did this happen that you went, not only like I'm going to write like you're watching the show and you're like I'm going to write a poem about this. Hey, I think I'm going to write 7,412 poems.
Well, okay, so I wanted to do something really special for Doctor Who's 50th anniversary. I've been a fan of the show.
Wait, is that when you started this?
Yeah, it was right before the 50th.
Oh, that was like a year ago. You have a real problem.
What?
That's crazy.
Yeah, in like 2012. I started.
Okay, so. Yes.
Yeah, so.
No. Right.
Okay, so I wanted to really make something special for the fans of the show for the 50th anniversary. So I decided, hey, I'll write a poem about like every episode of, the new Doctor Who series. And so I made a Kickstarter and I was like, hey, I'll do this. And basically kind of as a joke, I put like, hey, give me a few more $1,000 and I'll write, a poem about every episode for the whole 50 years. No, don't do that. I'll put a filler, put some more on there. All of Torchwood. And then at the end, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm doing this. All right.
It actually hit the numbers.
Yeah, so once the Kickstarter was a success, then I had to actually do it. And writing all of those poems and trying to make them good was a huge challenge because poems, every poem is its own work of art, and trying to make several hundred poems that don't suck.
And they are all very different.
Yes.
They have their own voice, which I think is fascinating.
And I just kind of locked myself in a room for a year and didn't really do much except write poems. Actually, I kind of burned out partway through, and to keep the quality up, I took a break, wrote another book, and then came back and finished the Doctor Who poetry book. True story.
Okay. I'm sorry, give us 1 second.
Okay, I'll just sit here and talk about it.
Okay, get the one from Jenny. Yes, because we have somebody that has to leave that wants your book. Jenny, can they have your book? And we'll get you one from James Carr, and he'll sign it for you. Is that cool? All right. And how much is the book?
$20.
$20. All right, there we go. So I'm sorry to interrupt on that. That's what happens when you're doing a charity event here, All right. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
okay.
That brings us to today, or to recently, when we were doing a Comic-Con together, and he brought up that he was doing this chapter a week serialized story, science fiction story, and he said, I want to do a podcast for it. And we said, we know a home for you. And we started a podcast called 10,000 Dawns, and it's a serialized story. What are we on? Episode 4 we just had.
Yes.
And a little inside baseball for everyone. Usually things like this only get a few listens a month to kind of start us off. We are inching up on 1,000 listens for our first month. For original science fiction chaptered stuff that nobody knows. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. And it's even inspired artwork and stuff, which is even more wonderful. So I encourage you to listen. Now, I'm not just plugging the 10,000 Dawns podcast, which you can find at southgatemediagroup.com. I'm also telling you this because of this event, James came in from Indiana and said, I have an idea. Explain your idea.
Okay, so my story serializes on my own website as well as on Southgate Media. And since this kind of picked up a bunch of fans really fast, which has been weird. But I asked the fans to submit ideas for a spin-off story that I would write and read for this charity event. And so basically kind of the deal is that I will write the story that my fans pick out, and then they'll donate some money to Ben's cause. So
there we go.
Yeah.
And that happened.
It has happened.
That's where we're at in this moment. I'm going to step aside. James is going to read the story?
Well, yes. Though first I'll note
I'm stepping away, James.
Okay, this story, I asked
Everyone else can call him Jim if you want.
I asked my fans to pick out what the story would be about, and I got a bunch of suggestions, including things like a story where they meet knights and dragons and all sorts of crazy things. However, the story which won, which with 3/4 of the votes, was, hey, Jim, write a story about the adventures of the main character's completely normal cat. So, this is a science fiction adventure story starring Mr. Sprinkles the cat, called The Adventure of Mr. Sprinkles the Cat. By me, James Wilder. Mr. Sprinkles, to be absolutely clear, was an ordinary cat. While many people suspected that he was something more than that, he was in fact just that. A gray lump of fur and purrs, or sometimes mews and hisses. But from the moment he sat away from the other cats to look out the window of his enclosure and met the eyes of a young girl named Graylin Sides, Mr. Sprinkles was destined for greater things. She'd picked up his fuzzy body and held him all the way home in awe of how soft and warm he was. They'd grown up together, and he could rely on her for food and shelter pretty reliably until the day she disappeared. It had happened before, getting dropped off at a place that housed other pets, but then it was usually only for a few days, maybe a week. So at first, Mr. Sprinkles just closed his eyes and waited. But those days went by and Graylin did not come back. Where had she gone? He paced his enclosure, eyeing the man outside it who looked like he was about to fall asleep, which didn't take long, and the man slumped over in his chair and hit the enclosure release icons for enclosures 23 through 25 on his phone. 24 was empty, but Mr. Sprinkles saw a pudgy orange cat shove its door open and drop onto the floor from 25. It gave the impression this wasn't the first time this had happened. Mr. Sprinkles pushed at his own door, and suddenly he was free. He literally leaped at the opportunity and landed gracefully on the ground, strolling off through the rest of the building till he reached the automatic doors that politely made way for him. Mr. Sprinkles was out on the town. Jenna looked horrified at what Carl had built. That could kill people, Carl. That's the point, Jenna. Innocent people. How else are we supposed to wake them up? Carl threw his arms out wide, like this was the most obvious point imaginable. Jenna crossed hers. We wake them up to the evils of Earth's regime by showing them a better way, not obliterating them. Really, why do you think blowing people up would change their minds for the better, Carl? Give me one good reason. He leaned in, his face getting redder. They need something drastic, something terrifying that disrupts their everyday routine. But why is there a cat in here? Mr. Sprinkles had started his stroll through the city doing the normal things, looking at birds and trying half-heartedly to catch them, climbing things he shouldn't, and then smelled a delicious fish scent, which appeared to be a sandwich over on the counter, coming from an open window. He'd climbed up, and now the sandwich was within his grasp. Loud noises, the man said to Mr. Sprinkles, or rather, get down from there. Said Mr. Sprinkles, which loosely translates as, I don't know what you're saying, but there's no need to shout. There were two humans in the room, each of them with distinctive red markings on their jackets and a glowing hologram on the table between them. Mr. Sprinkles stopped to watch the pretty image. The man got up and darted towards him, so Mr. Sprinkles bolted past him and hopped up first onto the man's chair via a box and then onto the table. Louder noises, said the man again. Loudest noises, said the woman. Meow, Mr. Sprinkles replied, confounded. On the table were several pretty glass vials full of fluids. Mr. Sprinkles held his paw up at one and thought about knocking it off the table. That would be fun. Softer noises, said the man. Softer noises? Softer noises? He continued. Mr. Sprinkles knocked the vial off the table. Loudest noises, said the man, and grabbed for him. He left off the table and landed an object that then began to move. Scrambling, Mr. Sprinkles held on as the object rose to two legs and made noises at the other humans. He was on this metal thing's head, holding only on by his claws. This was not Carl's day. The vial that had fallen to the floor and shattered was now eating through it, the millions of microscopic robots chewing away at the floor. Eventually, they would eat him, and Jenna too, and the dumb cat, as well as all the other matter in the area, and rearrange it to spell some revolutionary message that had seemed a lot more important a few minutes ago than it did now. The cat was on his cleaning droid, scrambling to keep a hold of it and making lots of cat noises. This is all your fault, Carl. We're all going to die because you wanted to try out terrorism. I did not want to try out terrorism. Says the cat as the cleaning droid tried to pull it off its head. See, even the cat agrees, Jenna scoffed. Mr. Sprinkles was thrown from the Doroid's head and landed on the counter. There sat the precious sandwich, smelling of tuna and preservatives, just the way Mr. Sprinkles liked it. The floor by the counter was rapidly disappearing, and he had to run fast to grab the sandwich, which was luckily in some sort of wrapper so the insides didn't fall out. Success! Leaping from the counter, he landed on a shelf and then leaped to the windowsill, where he carried his sandwich out. The cries of the humans stopped him. Sure, he had a delicious sandwich, made of the finest in scraps of pre-processed meat slathered in sauce to make it palatable, but he was a cat of principles. Running along the street, Mr. Sprinkles hustled in front of a couple. Meow, he said, and tried to gesture with his body. Meow, he repeated. What's this cat doing, man? I don't know, bro, the other replied. The cat kept taking a few steps and turning to meow at them, and they proceeded to follow it. Then they heard the cries from inside the building. Immediately, the two men went to work, and Phil and Trayvon, if you were wondering their names, called emergency services. You've got to get us out of here, Jenna yelled to Phil and Trey, and they noticed the cat was tugging on some rope just inside the windowsill. Great! Trey grabbed the rope, which he held onto for slightly too long, and threw it to Jenna, who began to climb it up, being careful not to touch the eroding building. Phil had run inside to pull the fire alarm, and people were streaming out of it now. Carl, take the rope, Jenna said as she was pulled up through the windowsill by Trey. She threw it to him. And then he looked out at the people in the building streaming out. There were families, children with their parents, young people just trying to find a place to live, and here he was building weapons in the basement. A little girl clutched her goldfish to her chest, hastily scooped out of the aquarium into a drinking glass. Carl let go of the rope and stared into Jenna's eyes. I'm sorry, he said. She turned away as the nanites ate him away. In a little over 23 minutes, the entire building had been turned into mush, and then resurrected into a quote by Vladimir Lenin in big chunky letters you could read from blocks away. You cannot make a revolution in white gloves. Vladimir Lenin. Jenna screwed her face up. Well, maybe you should at least try. The news drones had showed up, followed by the reporters, and Trey and Phil found themselves being interviewed. Yeah, this cat stopped us on the street. Without it, all those people would have died. That cat sure is a hero. Where is this cat now? The reporter asked, hoping to get the chance to put cute cat pictures on a newscast since it would boost the ratings. He disappeared just as quickly as he came, a really humble cat. The reporter turned to the hovering camera drone. We may never know the identity of this cat, but it will long be remembered as a hero in this neighborhood. Nearby on the ground, the sandwich was gone. Mr. Sprinkles made his way back. Come on, phone. Oh no. Technological problems. I don't know. I do know, but my phone. It won't work. There we go. Okay, I found it. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. I just had to do not what I was supposed to do. Okay. All right. This is a very serious. Okay. Okay. Mr. Sprinkles made his way back into the animal shelter and hopped up into the sleeping man's table and into his enclosure. He'd been carrying the paper-wrapped sandwich all this way, and now it was time for his reward. It took some ripping, but he got it free and began to guzzle down the delicious food. Far better than the healthy stuff they served him there. Not that he actually knew anything about their nutritional value. Still, he wondered why those people lived in a house with a collapsing floor. That was funny. And how was his owner doing? He returned to his meal, finishing it before the sleeping man awakened. Oh, crap, he said, opening the open cages as he sprung awake. Well, good thing none of you got out. He laughed to himself, looking at the cats. Ooh, that could cause some real problems. Deep underwater, beneath the Atlantic Ocean, Graylin Sides got ready for bed. She put on her PJs and slipped into her covers, putting her glasses on her bedside table. Lights off, she ordered, and they turned off. She sat there in silence, her eyes closed, pretending to sleep, and then pulled out of her phone and pulled up the album of pictures of her old cat. Her heart felt a pang as she remembered giving him up for adoption to get this internship, but she knew she had to, right? In the picture, she cuddled him lovingly, and he looked slightly annoyed to be held. She smiled. Oh, Mr. Sprinkles, I hope you get some fish today. Every good cat deserves some fish. She scrolled through the pictures again and put her phone away to slip away into dreams, as Mr. Sprinkles did up on the surface. She was a doctor in her dream, stethoscope and all. I need a nurse to help me with this patient, she yelled down the hospital hallway. For some reason, Mr. Sprinkles, in cat scrubs, arrived and talked like he was Zorro. I have come to assist you, Dr. Size. I just stopped an act of terrorism today, you know. She reached out to the cat, and they joined together to treat her imaginary patient. Best team in the universe, she told him. Maybe it was just a coincidence. Maybe it was something more. But that night, in his enclosure, Mr. Sprinkles had the same dream. The end. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right. Yes, bring that up. This is the final raffle drawing, and we have a booty of stuff over there. Lots of things. If anyone wants a ticket, this is the last chance. How much are the tickets? $1 each. If you want tickets, get the tickets right now. See Shelly right there. She's got tickets. Anybody? Everybody's got them? My mom's been winning all night. She's hot. All right. Yeah, if you get it, lady. All right, so here we go with the final raffle. Martha, you're going to tell me what item it is, and then I will draw tickets. Hold on. I'm not looking. This is a gift card from Martini Room. Molly, I hope you win it. The winner is... If you win it, give it to Nana because she lives with Boompa. She needs it. 512. 512.
Martini.
Guess who's going to Martini Room? Could you stay to the end of the podcast, please? All right. Comic book. This is signed by Archie Cunningham. And yes, we met him at MightyCon. No, he was not.
No,
we met him. No, he was never here. We met him at MightyCon, and here's a guy who I like his books. Number one. No, let me just say something about Archie. He quit his job. I think he quit his job, but he's not working to do this. And his wife agreed. I understand that.
Ah, like you do.
Never give up on your dreams. Go and get them and do it. And then he.
I didn't hear this.
I know. So it's beautiful. I talked to people.
That's fantastic. So somebody's going to win this piece of comic book history because he's going to be famous. And the number is 509. Once again, jeans I'm wearing. 509, you win. Hey, man, and if you see Archie at a Comic-Con, go up and say you won it, and he will be so excited. Awesome guy. This is a T-shirt. Oh, this is a very rare T-shirt. Let me tell you what this is. This is the only Southgate Media Group T-shirt. We did Sci-Fi. Chris had them made. They are Blue Box and Southgate Media Group at Sci-Fi. This is a rarity. Trust me, we're not doing it again. The number is 518. 518. Did you win? Jenny won? Jenny won 2 of her favorite things, Southgate Media Group and Blue Box, all in one place. That's awesome. All right. What's next? The Wobbit. This is a signed copy of The Wobbit. Anyone that was at our Microcon a couple of weeks ago got to see Paul Erickson, and he was actually here. This book is really funny, and it's really cool, and he's an awesome guy. And whoever won it is number 523.
523 is also me.
Yes, she bought the tickets. Yes, is anybody disappointed that she won? I don't think so. If my mom won, we'd have a problem. Here's another one from Archie. We're not going to go to the story. He was here 2 weeks ago.
516.
516. 516, Janelle wins.
Aren't you 517?
Janelle won Martini Room. You two can go together and enjoy a martini. Yes. All right, so somebody's getting Archie's book. It's an Archie comic, Molly. Kidding. 504. There you go, Mom. All right.
Okay, this is my favorite. The Super Friends of the Ring.
The Super Friends of the Ring, another Paul Erickson book. And our winner is, it seems like I'm getting the same numbers, 505. Oh, you're kidding me.
I thought it was going to be Mom. And that one.
This one?
This one's standing alone for a while.
This one?
Yes.
Oh, this is a different number, finally.
Yay.
522.
No.
Do you want the Archie comic? She wants it. Which one? Show me, Jenny. Which one is that?
Nope.
Yep. Is it number 1?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one. Blue Box gift card for $10. Janelle's over here like, I'll have a drink and a sandwich. 508. All right.
Hey.
Another Super Friends. Is this it? No, there's 2 more. The 2 tweaked bags. Let's do those. What do we need? Did you have a reason for those?
No.
We've got 2 bags from Tweaked. Let's do Super Friends. 519.
It's done.
Yes!
It's done.
Scott won.
I'm looking at your ticket, seeing if
Scott won Super Friends.
I'm putting.
And Scott, you weren't here when Paul was here, were you? Were you here that night? So you win. No, I know, that's right. Who are you? Wait, what number is it? What number is it? 517. No, I swear to you, he's holding it. No.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
What number are you? What number are you? Give me your number. 511. Hold on, let me take 10 minutes to find it here. I found it, 511. Did everybody win something? If you didn't, you get a Laurel and Hardy handshake from my dad. How's that? All right, this silent auction is still going. If anybody wants to take in any of those things, we've got the Wizard World tickets are still out there. Boomers tickets are out there. I'm thinking I'm a little out there right now. We've got some really cool artwork, and the one I wanted, somebody bid on, Jenny, and so I'm out on that. But that's it. All right, time for Super Fight. This is the last show of our 12-hour marathon.
Hey.
Go to Southgate Media Group and click on the GoFundMe for Ben, hashtag podcast marathon and the things. This is Edward's show.
Wait, it is? Yeah, I'm co-owner of another show.
Well, you and Martha are co-owners of this one, but Martha's not on it tonight.
Yeah.
You're on.
Okay, so I have these two now.
I was invited, so I suppose actually I'll
All right, so
return to the stage.
yes. Oh, one of these gonna go there. All right, Jim, I'm sorry you're getting pushed down.
I like the corner.
You like the corner?
8:25.
Yeah.
We got a half hour. 35
All
minutes or
right.
so.
Half hour. Let me think.
Just play.
Just play, just us three.
Just play.
Just play.
Hey.
All righty.
All right, let's
Hello.
go.
Hi, everyone. I'm back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's me
You're
again.
sorry.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess I have to introduce this. This is Super Fight and This Week in Geek. No, Super Fight and Blue Box. I wish it was This Week in Geek. So, do you know how to play?
Yes.
You know how to play. Okay.
I will-
Characters, attributes are the special ones.
Okay.
So.
All right,
You
let's
should
do
know how to
this.
play.
I believe so. It has been a little bit, but I remember the vague rules of the game.
So, take.
Should we explain it for people who don't know how to play?
Sure. How we play this is everyone gets a character and 2 attributes, and you have to make it fight another person. So let's say you have a pet rock who's blind and he can't walk against Abraham Lincoln, who's Abraham Lincoln. The pet rock always wins.
Sure.
Okay.
That's actually
Yes.
happening.
So we have
do
to
this.
see who would win in a fight of ridiculous proportions.
Okay, so take 2 characters, choose each one, then you take 2 random attributes.
Gotcha.
Okay.
You win already.
Hey,
I saw that one.
that's not even the Doctor Who themed. I'm
I
just
think I'll
picking.
take that.
Then take 2 randoms. I win. Okay.
All right, well, then we take 2 of these.
I don't even know how I can argue this. I think I just
Yeah,
lose.
this. Switch one out.
Oh, my bad.
You still lose.
Okay, I still lose either way.
Oh, all right. Let's do this.
Okay, so
Which
do you want
way
to
are we
go?
going?
Do you want to go first, Jim?
Okay, so I have George W. Bush.
Oh no!
And George W. Bush shoots bees from his mouth,
Bees, not the bees.
and he also regenerates.
Oh no!
What a
Okay,
shame.
So you can go because I'm going to win.
I am just going to give this to them. I am a meatloaf. Do I need to say more? But I will. I am allergic to all animals.
Oh.
And apparently this meatloaf is magical and can control people's dreams.
All right, so
I give up.
So I am the Doctor.
He wins already.
I am armed with a harpoon gun,
That's
and
awesome.
I have lasers that can turn humans to dust. And by the way, this is Doctor Who themed, but the Doctor was not a Doctor Who themed card, so I just got lucky.
Is that really?
Yes.
What's that supposed to be from then?
Huh?
Is that?
No,
that's
it
just-
is, but it's not.
Oh, it's part of the
Doctor Who
game.
themed.
Never mind. I'm stupid.
So,
You win. Do we argue this?
Let-
I can't argue.
well-
I'm a meatloaf.
here we go.
I
You
mean,
guys are
I
cheating.
guess I can regenerate and shoot bees at you, so you can kill me a bunch of times with your lasers that can turn a human to dust.
Well,
Do I regenerate
what
as a
wins
human
reasonably?
or into a Time Lord?
What
No,
wins though?
no,
A
no.
harpoon gun or bees?
What?
What wins? A harpoon gun or bees?
Bees win. Bees still win, not the bees, but still, you're George W. Bush.
Yes, I can start a ton of wars.
And the thing is,
I am the Doctor. I'll go back in time
I don't mean
and
to.
make your presidency really bad.
I
I'll
don't
just go
mean
back
to.
in-
I don't mean to like make it sound bad even more. But one of your attributes is just something that the Doctor just does.
Yes, I do.
So it's
what you
basically
do.
like you put them on the same level, and then you give him 2 and him 1. So he kind of cheated anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see how you can win. You don't. Okay, no, I'm not gonna make that joke.
So do we just
I mean,
communally decide a winner, or do we ask everybody?
All right, so now we're gonna ask the crowd. Who do you think will win? Do you think they're?
Who votes for my meatloaf?
Who votes for? Oh, we got one
Thank
for the
you.
meatloaf.
Thank
Two
you, sir, for voting
meatloaf.
for the meatloaf. I appreciate you.
You have 2 meatloafs.
Thank
Who
you for
votes-
voting for meatloaf.
Who
I
votes for George W. Bush?
That's about
Just
Who
did the
votes-
same as 2008.
Good. Good. That's what I like to hear.
Who votes for the Doctor? Okay, I don't know. How do I just get 3 and
I
you
vote
get
for the
2?
Doctor.
Okay.
I don't understand how this works.
Alrighty.
All right.
All right, so just put that there.
Yeah,
And
let's-
draw more. Now I'm gonna take one of these.
I'm gonna take one of these as well.
Take this one and take this one.
And this
No.
one. Oh, I'm taking that one definitely.
Oh, we took.
If you take one of
Wait.
these.
Oh wait, are we taking one of
We took
these?
two and we picked between them,
Yeah,
right?
if you're taking one, just take one of these, just because.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Oh,
And then I'll take one of these and one of these just because.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, do we get to pick an extra one? If we don't like one of our attributes or something?
No, because I picked two of these accidentally.
Oh, okay. I was
Okay,
like, what?
let's do this, guys.
So, I might actually have a chance, maybe.
I believe in you.
Do you want me to start or do you want to start?
Start.
All right, I'll start since I lost with the meatloaf. I am the Hulk.
Okay.
Okay, you're winning.
I am quantum locked. I have lightning speed and extreme strength like the Weeping Angels.
You're winning.
Okay.
But I really have to pee.
Wait, so that just makes you angrier, and every time the Hulk gets angrier, you get more
You're
powerful.
helping me win, so I'm all for this.
He doesn't get angry. He just gets more and more awkward.
But
All right.
no, the Hulk gets
So
angry
moving down the
at
line, what do you
everything.
guys got?
I am Vashta Nerada. I'm
Ay.
the flesh-eating microorganism, and I
Who
can
turned out the lights?
I can control weather, but
Okay.
I can spin web to bind prey, like Rachnos.
Who turned out the lights?
And I'm gonna lose.
Oh no.
I'm the Dr. Donna.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And so, I mean, my brain is going to explode very soon unless my memory gets erased.
All right, what are your attributes?
I shoot glitter.
Oh no! Oh no!
Fabulous.
Oh no!
And I have an acute sense of smell and can take over other life forms.
Wait a second.
Wait, you can take everything over and you're saying you lose?
Well, I'm gonna die pretty fast.
But
Oh no!
I guess I'm really smart,
guess-
so I
I
can
guess-
take you over, but then we'd both die. How does that work?
So
I don't know.
I guess
Murder, suicide?
I guess you would win. No, I don't.
Are you just
no.
giving me this?
So I'm going to win because I can outlast Dr. Donna.
I can take
because-
you over,
No, I can spin a web to bind you,
and then
so you
still
can't do
take
anything.
you over.
So then you take me over, but you can't get out of it. Then you
I
kill
can then
yourself.
use you, and you can cut me out of it.
But you would eventually kill
Wait.
yourself because I'm
Yeah,
a
but then you'd have
microorganism.
cut me out
No,
of it.
I'm a microorganism.
I would just like to say I haven't said a word about my character yet, and I think I've
No,
already won.
you won. I mean, there's
No,
really we're fighting
I
for
have won.
like who's
so
gonna get
so you're
second
just
place.
fighting for second place?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go into your head and
Okay.
go towards your brain, no matter how small it is.
You'll just make him
I'm gonna
angrier.
Go towards your brain. And if
You'll
I
make
make
him
you
angrier.
super angry, you'll have to kill yourself by killing.
You'll
But
make him
here's-
smashing your
angrier.
head.
Here's the thing, though. I have lightning speed like a Weeping Angel, so technically the Vashta Nerada couldn't even catch me in the
But
first
no,
place.
I can look at you. You stay still, and I can slowly climb
except
inside
when
of
he
you.
except when he turns to stone, he's quantum locked, so he's not the same creature. You could
Yeah,
blow up
I'm
the
just-
statue, and
when
it
you're
just
quantum
changes
locked,
the
you have
wear.
no brain to
No,
get into
yeah.
me.
Exactly.
You're quantum locked. I can spin a web to bind you so hard that you're.
Except
We
that-
don't know
no,
that.
That's
That
not.
breaks.
Because the Hulk has Hulk strength,
But if you
but
bind,
also Weeping Angel strength.
yeah, and if you
That's pretty
bind,
strong.
if you bind the statue when it's not moving, it's still just a statue.
Yeah, I was gonna
So-
say I could
guess.
just win
I
by
guess I have to
outlasting you.
break- No, once you turn to a statue, I can strike it because I can control weather. I can create a tornado.
But it's so hard to destroy a Weeping Angel, though.
Yeah,
I don't win.
and he's the Hulk, and no, he
Like
won.
if the Hulk was a Weeping Angel,
Okay.
nothing survives that.
So
Remember one time they did a fight where they pitted all of the Marvel superheroes against all of the DC superheroes,
and Hulk wins.
Well, Hulk got second place, and basically the only reason he got second place is I think Superman won, and he was just like, man.
No, it was Spider-Man.
No, it was
No,
not.
Spider-Man dies in the very beginning
No,
of
it
this
was a fight
crossover.
between Superman and the Hulk, and Superman was just like he beat him because he managed to like get him kind of calm before the fight, and then he just like. and then the Hulk was
went
just
ham
like,
on him.
he was
Superman
just-
cheated.
and even then he was like, "Whoa! If he'd just been a little bit angrier, he would have had me."
Superman cheats, as he always does.
Yeah,
he cheats against Batman. He cheats against the Hulk.
But when the Hulk has to pee, there's really
I
no
mean,
question.
So
here.
I know.
I mean, I don't know about you, and this is gonna sound really, really weird, but when I gotta pee, I'm a little bit, on edge. So who knows what it's gonna do to the Hulk, man?
Okay. All right. Who votes for Dr. Donna, who has a glitter gun? You got Molly.
We got a few votes.
You got
1,
Molly.
2, 3,
Who
4.
Who votes for Vashta Nerada?
Who votes
Denied.
for the Hulk?
Yeah.
Yeah. Weeping Angel Hulk. I actually won once.
Yes.
So, do 2 of these.
Here we go again.
Oh yes. Just because.
Oh wait, I
I've
gotta
been-
pick the character first.
Yeah.
I'm doing it right.
Oh my gosh.
Just because you haven't been.
I will.
No, because you haven't been a.
Oh,
one of these
sorry.
Yet. So dude, you just mix it up. You.
I still don't want who this is. I
No,
don't like this character.
For this is you take one of these because it's more Doctor Who themed. So
Yes.
just pick one of these.
Oh, okay.
Instead of like 2, just pick one of those and use it.
I'm
You
sorry.
can draw again. So just put it there.
Okay.
Because I'm nice.
I'm ready to
And
go,
get it-
so I'm just gonna start while you guys get this sorted out.
Go right ahead.
I'm Justin Bieber.
You already lost.
No, there are 3 of me, and I can stay alive without a body.
No, you shall die.
No,
You
my
need to
music
die.
will live on forever.
Okay, so I guess I'm the funniest. I am Robin Hood, but I'm trapped inside a giant hamster ball. But wait, I can make great souffles. That's my other attribute.
Ooh.
So if you want a souffle, come to me.
Alrighty, I don't know where this is
baby,
because I'm a
no.
character I don't necessarily like that much. I'm Rose Tyler, so that's not horrible. And apparently, I can match the opponent's size, so I can be in a hamster ball size if I want, or I can be Justin Bieber size, which is a disadvantage. And I can teleport at will and communicate telepathically, like the face of Bo.
Oh.
So I feel like the teleporting would be helpful, but Rose
Put it
can't
down
do
so I
too
can
much.
see how I can defeat you.
I don't even know, man.
I guess
because I mean, Robin Hood's whole skill is shooting arrows, and if he's stuck inside a giant hamster ball, he couldn't shoot arrows outside the hamster ball. He can just kind of roll around and come at you with a souffle that you can't even smell because it's in a hamster ball.
Wait, inside the hamster ball, where did he get the eggs?
You just made a reference. That was a good reference.
Thank you.
I like it.
Well, I'll sing. I'll
can
sing
I
at
just
you.
say this? Us two will probably go against Justin Bieber because I guess we won't kill him. All we do is make him so hurt that he can't do anything else.
Well, I mean, the thing is that you've got me over there because you have telepathy.
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
so
can make
what-
Justin Bieber listen to his own music.
Oh no. This is what it sounds like.
Why would you
kill himself?
This is what you have done to us.
This is just getting cruel and unusual.
So, but yeah, I feel like Robin Hood's main skill would just be to try to roll people over.
Yes, it is.
But Rose can teleport, so I can just keep teleporting around until you get tired.
As soon as you teleport inside, because if you would kill me, you would have to teleport inside my giant hamster ball, but then you would smell my souffle.
And then I would also get hit by the arrows, so I wouldn't do that.
So how?
But here's the thing: I'm assuming that Robin Hood can't get out of this hamster ball. Is that a fair assumption?
No, how tough is a hamster ball, really?
How long would I have to keep teleporting around for Robin Hood just to like die of hunger or tiredness of something?
I can make my own souffles. I won't die of hunger.
So there's an oven in the hamster ball with
Yes,
you.
it is.
I'm still holding that you created this hamster ball
No, wait,
because
I
the
know.
truth
Sorry,
was too
no,
horrible.
A hamster ball has tiny holes in it for me to breathe. So I'll just tilt it upside down for everything to drain out.
What if like
it'll
he-
just smell
then
really,
why
really
don't-
bad?
What if
No,
my 3
eventually-
Justin Biebers push you like into a lake or something? Then, if you have holes to breathe
Justin
through.
Bieber doesn't have the strength. Or
I
the
got
talent.
3 of them. They can like.
Oh, there's 3 Justin Biebers.
3
I didn't
Justin-
catch that.
Yeah, no, there's 3.
How unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We can harmonize.
I guess I have to go against Rose Tyler. Well, it doesn't say how giant my hamster ball is. I can make it as big as I want.
This is true.
So I can make it the size of a house and still have an oven in it.
Yes, but then I could just match your size, and I'm pretty sure you couldn't kill me with a house-sized hamster ball.
No. You'll be my size, not my hamster ball size. So you'll be my regular size, and I can just roll you over.
What would you say? Would you say the hamster ball would be considered the opponent's size? Because that's like
No.
one of his attributes?
Because I'm inside
Or would,
of it.
would I be the size of Robin Hood and he's rolling around in a house-sized hamster ball? Because apparently we're making up that it's a house-sized hamster ball so we can make
Yes.
plays.
Yes.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, it has to at least be large enough for a kitchenette.
Here's
I
the
mean,
thing, though.
is it like maybe not like house size, but I'm thinking
Is it a
maybe
hamster
like-
ball
it has
or
to
like
be
a gyro wall? Because
Yeah,
otherwise,
maybe like a
everyone would
mobile
just roll
home.
around and like crush him inside the hamster ball.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
he would start moving forward, and the oven would just kind of go up the wall and then fall on his head.
No, it's attached to the hamster ball. I shoot arrows at it, and it's piercing.
But we've already. I mean, your arrow is inside the hamster ball still. I mean,
I think we
still
should
a problem.
vote. Before
I think
we
yeah.
vote.
Let's do a vote.
So, who votes for Justin Bieber? Yes, we get a boo.
I
Who
saw
votes?
this one
Robin Hood
coming.
and the
Who votes
Ball.
for Robin Hood, who can make great souffles? I get Molly, and I get
1, 2.
I get 2. I get 3. Yes.
Who votes for telepathic and teleporting Rose Tyler? All right. Thank you.
All right.
1, 2 now.
We lose again.
I'm sorry.
Who am I?
Well, this is going to be interesting.
Oh, I'll keep this one already. I don't even need to pick another one.
And 2 randoms for me.
I'm gonna pick 2 randoms from here this time. Oh my god, this is so bizarrely accurate.
I'm going to lose, but I don't care.
Okay, so it says something here that I'm pretty sure it's from real life, but it's also from Pokemon. So I'm gonna use it what it's from Pokemon.
That's not from Pokemon. I wish it was, though. It,
was.
sounds like something from Pokemon.
It was because it's a certain thing's evolution.
Is it really?
Philosophy. Yeah, it is.
Never
It's
So
a
who's beginning?
just
Okay.
giant ball filled with spikes.
Who is beginning?
I'll begin.
Alrighty.
Saturnin. That's how you say it. I'm a vampire space fish.
He's a big fish.
I'm a big fish that is a vampire.
Yes.
But I cannot stop laughing. But I'm on a velocipede, which in Pokemon is a giant ball, kind of like a ball with spikes around it.
It's very strange.
It is. Well, that's all Pokemon.
Yes.
Describe Charizard. It's a dragon.
Would you like me to go next, or would you like to?
Go next. Go
I
next.
just looked at you.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah. Uh-huh.
I get to go?
Go.
All right.
I can't win.
So I'm gonna do the 2 relevant ones and then the strange one. I am the Doctor,
Hey.
and I control a tween army.
Oh.
Pretty accurate. But I am also a piñata.
Oh. Wait a second. Will the twins go straight after the piñata or go after what you say?
The tweens, and I would assume they would go. I'd assume that they'd be fans of the piñata, not trying to break the piñata.
No, we'll
I
break
would
the
feel very
piñata.
bad if Matt Smith was a piñata and I broke him.
All right, so
Okay. All right.
Obviously.
So, I want actually all of you, please just take a moment to picture this.
No problem.
As I describe it to you.
I'm thinking.
My top half is a scarecrow soldier from Doctor Who. So
Okay.
my top half is a scarecrow. I spray neurotoxin.
whoa.
All right.
But my bottom half, top half scarecrow, and my bottom half is an entire senior citizen bowling team.
Wait a second.
Hang on. How does that work?
We are sewn together.
Wait. How many walkers do you have? Do you have just one giant one or like?
Our walkers are legion.
Does anybody understand that? Can anyone possibly picture that?
Yes.
Do you have like 19 and a half pairs of legs and a walker?
Wait,
Well, no, and the top halves, you know.
Wait. 19 and a half? What bowling team has a one-legged guy?
I'm just saying, maybe he
Like-
fought in a war. Maybe he was missing a leg or something.
I got this, guys, on one foot. I got this.
I mean, if you have 19 other legs, then I'm pretty sure you're all right without one of them.
You just pick one of them up.
Sure. But I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of
Okay,
want that to win
so-
just because I want to know what it is.
No, I need to see this.
Yeah.
What is this? Okay. Just so I can understand
So-
how to destroy it.
So I wonder how the Doctor works as a piñata. Does anyone else wonder that? 'Cause,
Yes.
Well, he
No.
needs to
I'm
avoid
assuming-
swung objects.
I'm assuming that he's still a piñata that's alive.
Yeah, clearly.
If he
No.
regenerated, would he regenerate into another piñata?
Oh yeah,
No,
I mean, this is
no.
like an alternate
Dude, that would be
universe
so
where the
awesome for
Time Lords are all
parties.
pinatas. I'm
That would be
assuming.
so awesome for parties. What if you hit a piñata and it broke open and spewed candy and then just regenerated into another piñata?
Oh, in this universe,
be
the
awesome.
Daleks don't have like the little stick guns; they just have a baseball bat.
Oh no.
Oh, that's even worse. You just see dogs with baseball bats. I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, the tween army. It depends on how like the tweens are.
Do they really like candy? Because that
I
could
don't
be
know.
a problematic.
It depends on if they're fighting me or if they're fighting for me.
Well, I mean, no, they're fighting for you, I guess.
Okay,
so,
good.
Yeah.
But it depends. This is gonna be like the two. So
Sounds good to me.
But
Yeah.
there's gonna be two guys, two tweens who have ADHD, and I'm gonna eventually break you.
No, I don't think a lot of
ADHD.
tweens have ADHD.
Oh no! Wait, what?
I mean, tweens, not twins.
Twins.
So like,
No, sorry, yeah, tweens.
Yeah.
You
So
confused
like
me.
young teenagers is tweens. So I have an army of people who watch Doctor Who.
There is so much ADHD. You don't even know. There is so much.
But at the same time, I would assume if the Doctor has a tween army, they'd be pretty clever. Because if you think about it, people who watch Doctor Who are, for the most part, extremely intelligent because of it, which I like. So I feel like they would just know how to solve a lot of problems.
But
But
They'd be
can-
actually kind of helpful.
But how many bowling balls can your team survive
Oh,
before
that's
my
true.
bowling ball
No,
breaks your
no,
pinata?
no, it's
Here's
only
the
the
thing,
bottom
though.
half. Wait, no, it's only.
Here's the thing.
And I can also just neurotox them.
It's
then
only
to
his
death, too,
bottom
so.
half. So he has one bowling ball.
No.
He has
Whoa,
the
whoa,
third-
whoa, whoa, whoa!
No,
It says
like-
a bowling team.
But
Yeah,
here's
Don't
the
change
thing.
the rules.
If it's just your bottom half,
Yeah.
where I'm assuming from the legs down,
Whoa, whoa!
you wouldn't be
yes.
able to throw bowling balls.
How do you
with
know
your legs.
it's not just like a bunch of them, like, you know, together with the top half, just like their heads around there, like, Deborah, move me to the left. Good.
Oh no!
What did he
Oh.
say?
I could see that,
Yeah.
but I don't
Oh,
want
no.
that to happen because as soon as you spray your neurotoxin, your whole bottom half will just like die.
Well, I mean, don't
This
I
is
have
the
to be
weirdest
immune to
fight.
my own weapons? I mean, like, if it's something like that,
I mean, put it this way: even if you
He's
guys,
Scarecrow from Batman. I do want to
even-
say that.
if I
But no,
lose
it's
too,
neurotoxin, not fear toxin.
even if I lose, I mean, I still kind of win because then my whole army gets candy. So
I mean,
it's a win for part of it.
this is true.
I'm just hiding in a corner. I'm not even saying.
I think we should
I
stick
can't
this one
win.
to a vote. It's a very
Yes.
strange one. This is probably the weirdest one we've had. So
I'll go first. Who
Go
votes
ahead.
for this vampire space fish? I expected as much.
four vampire space fish.
Who votes for a scarecrow weird ball? One,
Senior
two,
says
three,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like
Yes.
6. All right.
Who votes
Who
for the
votes for the
doctor?
doctor's pinata? 1, 2, 3, 4,
4.
5. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Four.
I have lost to the strange senior citizens bowling team.
Okay. How about this?
We will get a strike together.
I must
Okay.
applaud you for that.
Take one of all the Doctor Who and see what happens.
Just take
Okay.
one. Wait, what?
All Doctor Who.
One and two. Yeah, old
Okay.
Doctor Who because you know.
Alrighty, let's
Oh
do
my
it.
gosh, yes.
I'm just gonna pick. Let's see who these are. Oh no! This is such a good choice.
It's not for me.
Oh, no.
All right, so I played this before, and I
Oh,
don't
I have
like,
to go with her.
and I
She's so
don't
much
like being in this chair.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I can take 2 of these.
Oh, that's
Yep.
awesome.
Oh, we
Oh
can-
wait, which, what's this?
Oh,
What's that?
Wait.
What's that?
what's that?
Yeah,
You don't know what that is?
I don't watch Doctor Who.
Are you serious?
You don't know what that is?
He's been
I
playing
know
this
what
whole
this
time. This is his show.
Oh my gosh.
It's titled Doctor Who
It's not.
Super
No,
Fight.
it just
Yeah,
it's
it
just
is
Super Fight.
titled
There's a
Doctor Who
it's
Super
switches
Fight.
out.
It's definitely titled
you
Doctor
look
Who
up-
Super
if you
Fight.
look
And
on-
he doesn't watch the show.
It's been listed as Doctor Who
This is
Super
South
Fight on the
How has he
website for
made
like a
it this
month.
far?
You know.
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I am impressed though. That's relatively
I am.
impressive.
I am. Thank you.
Alrighty, so I think. Do you mind if I start
One
this
of the
time?
best
Go ahead.
villains in the show's
Alrighty,
history.
so I am Sarah Jane
Really?
Smith. I think
Okay,
that's pretty good. Yeah, not for Sarah Jane. She was awesome.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. She has psychic power and is able to exist in multiple time zones,
Okay.
but she can only attack when no one is watching, just like a weeping angel.
Okay. I am the
That's
silence.
pretty hard.
I am the silence.
What are they? What?
Well, yeah, who are the Silence?
Who?
I can.
Oh no.
I can breathe fire and turn people to ash.
Well, that would happen
Right.
when you catch fire, yes. I mean, what else happens when you catch fire?
No, it says I can breathe fire and then I can turn other people to ash.
But yes, but okay.
By the grammar of this
if
card.
you breathe fire, someone catches
No,
on
no.
fire. When you
There's-
burn, you turn to ash.
there's-
That is what happens.
but there's this and there. So I can breathe fire.
Okay.
Only different ability. I can turn people to ash.
Fair enough.
So whoever wrote this card, loophole.
Awesome.
But my body fluids are replaced by my chair every 25 minutes.
Oh, so you're like Lumik.
I'm the Mox of Bellon. I'm the Mox of Bellon.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Sir?
And I am Strax.
Yes.
And as Strax, I not only fire energy bolts from my fingertips, but I also electrocute my victims with my bare hands, or also I can blast them with lasers.
Okay, read that one more time.
Okay.
That was fantastic.
I
need to hear like what those
Stop,
were.
humans! Stop applauding! I will have to destroy you in friendship.
I will destroy you for the glory of the
Sontaran
Sontaran Empire.
Empire. All right, I am Strax, warrior of the Sontaran Empire, and I fire energy bolts from my fingertips in order to eradicate you human pests. I also electrocute my victims with my bare hands, or blast them with lasers. Would you like some tea?
I am saying right now, I have some awesome cards for this, but I give up. You can have it. I won't even let that go to a vote. That is incredible.
He does the same exact thing that the silence does.
Yes.
Because he can't make people forget.
That is actually true. Yeah, the silence do that because they can like use the zappy hand thing. Yeah.
Yep.
He has turned into fire.
I feel like this is probably the best fight we've had all night.
So
Yeah.
Because we've got
Just
Strax,
tell
who's a
me,
soldier.
What the heck does
And a
that
main
matter?
character. Yeah.
We've got Strax, who's a soldier who can like electrocute people
Yeah.
and shoot fire. We've got the silence, who make them forget you.
Yeah.
But they can breathe fire, and they have some weird bodily fluid problems. And then I've got Sarah Jane, who can like teleport and exist in different time zones, but she can attack like a weeping angel. This is like an awesome.
No.
Actually, this
she,
is a
she
really
can only
good one,
attack
yeah.
when no one is watching. That
Yes.
that doesn't matter how well she can attack
Here's
and how
the thing,
well
though.
she can move.
This unfortunately brings back the debate: who would win, a silencer or a weeping angel?
No,
Yes,
no,
it
no,
does.
it doesn't because it's not. You're not fighting as a weeping angel. You don't have the speed or the strength. What you're fighting as someone who can't move or attack when someone is watching. So as soon as someone stops looking at you, you can walk normally. So
That's weird.
it's like a downfall.
But here's the thing, though: if she's like a weeping angel, okay, if the silence looks at her, she's gonna be frozen. But if
correct.
the silence goes away or turns away, can she move, or does she just forget that the silence was there?
Both.
She forgets the silence.
She's both because
That's so weird.
she can move, but then she forgets why she stood still.
Yeah, that's so weird.
But she can't attack like she's not.
No, you know, yeah. So she
So
can
weird.
attack regularly, but the only thing is,
She can only attack. Does
As
that mean
soon-
she can still move?
yes.
Okay.
So you can.
So she
move,
would just have to
but-
like get behind you and then like
Correct.
stab you in the back or something.
But the problem is, I'm
Okay,
the
that's
silence.
not as bad.
As soon as I look at you, I just breathe fire at you, and you immediately. No, I can breathe fire, scare you, and just turn you to ash.
I think it all depends on what psychic power means. That's
Psychic-
a very big
Yeah.
term.
All right. So to agree on the psychic power, let's just say you
Like-
can move objects with your mind.
Yeah,
You can read people's minds,
Telekinesis is
but
like
you
the big
cannot control them.
that's fair enough.
Agreed.
I would agree with
You
that.
cannot control
Telekinesis
them,
is pretty cool.
but you can read minds and you can move objects.
So
Agreed?
then that poses another question. Then could I like lift up a rock behind you so you're not watching the rock
No,
attack you?
no, because I'm
and throw
looking-
the rock at you
no,
from behind you, but be in front of
no,
you.
because I'm looking at you and you cannot attack. I'm not saying you can't attack. I cannot look at what you're using and you can't attack with that. I'm saying I can look at you and you can't attack.
I think Sarah Jane loses this one. I'm still for Strax. I'm
Right,
sorry,
so-
you
Well,
lost.
No, I do have a stratagem to defeat you as well. While you two are having a philosophical debate about how to play tag or blind or whatever you're doing, I will eradicate the entire area both of you are in with my bolts of plasma and energy.
So
I will level the ground and salt
So-
the earth.
I don't care about Sarah Jane. I look at you.
Come on.
I look at
Not
you.
at all. Not even a little bit, man.
I look at you. I can
Wow.
immediately run towards you and turn you to ash. That's all I need to do. Since you can fire bolts, but I'm the silence.
But you're already sparring with him and that, sitting
mean,
there
I'm
talking
assuming-
about whether or not you can look at each other.
I'm assuming too. One of the faults of the silence right now is that if this is a fight, that you would see the silence the entire time. I'm assuming.
Yeah. No.
I mean, there might be bits and pieces, but
If I'm the silence, if I immediately hide, you don't know I'm fighting. You don't know I'm fighting with you. So you two would fight together all out. One of you wins. You're badly damaged. I walk out and I kill you.
yeah, your entire team dies, and you just send out your one strong guy. All right, I kill all of you.
Are we gonna start saying our names like we're Pokemon too? Like Strax! Arr!
Wait, what?
Sarah! Silence! Sarah! Sarah Jane!
I choose you, Strax.
I choose you, Strax.
Silence, boy.
No, it's for the silence. I choose you. Wait, who am I choosing again?
Right.
I can't remember who I'm
Alrighty,
choosing.
so we're running slightly out of time, so I think we should take this to a
so
vote before we
take a
vote.
vote.
So,
Let's do
who
Sarah
wants
Jane.
Sarah Jane with telepathy and stuff to win?
1, 2,
1, 2,
3. Who votes
3,
for
that's it. All right, thank you for the
Strax? 1, 2, 3, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, just
I saw 5 in the back, right?
1, 2, 3, 4.
5. I saw 5.
Did you vote for 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Who votes for the silence? I get 1. Okay.
I think Strax is 1.
Thank you very much.
If I'm correct, it was 2-1-2. So we have a tie.
Gasp.
Gasp.
Well, I guess that just means we'll have to
nope.
unite to fight
Here we
the
go.
forces of evil.
I will gladly fight with you any day, good sir.
It will be an honor to destroy you in the honor of the Centauran Empire, boy.
Yes, boy, of course.
Boy. Good.
You two have to fight with these 2 people.
Oh,
okay.
let's do it.
Okay.
Alrighty, and then how many attributes? We pick 2?
No attributes, just people.
Oh, go ahead.
I am Banana Kalafalata.
I am
Cyborg.
I'm River Song.
Hey!
I lose.
All right.
Well,
I would also like to say, the last time I was here for this, I also won.
Spoilers.
Sorry.
Cheating.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He pays.
It was a valiant fight, you guys. Thank you
Yes.
for having
Thank you
me.
very
This was very
much.
much fun. Thank you, everybody,
Thank
for
you,
voting and
everybody.
having fun with us.
Staying and watching us do absolutely everything.
Thank you very much.
Nothing. Or nothing. We did both. After, yeah.
Is that it?
Yes. Yes.
We're done.
Yes.
12-hour podcast marathon. Boom, it's done. Thank you, everybody. This was a blast. We raised a lot of money for Ben's family, so excellent job to everybody here. You're all the best one, except you. No, you're the best, Edward. We can cuddle later. All right, so thank you, everybody. These podcasts will all be up on our website, southgatemediagroup.com. Just click on Podcast Marathon 2015, and there they will be. Give me time to edit them. It's not going to be tomorrow. All right? In fact, I think Scott's interview just happened, and that was months ago. So, so thank you again, everybody. Have a great evening. We will be back every Saturday night, basically, from 6 to 9 doing live podcasts. And I think we're going to try and there are a few raffle items left. So in the future, if we have a nice crowd, we might pull them out and do some raffles for some of these other things. And in 2 weeks, we have another MicroCon. And we have some good ones lined up. We have a toy guy that makes Cthulhu toys. I know! We have artists, we have writers. It's going to be cool. So thanks again, everybody. Have a great evening.